easy. He's wide open. Yes, sir! Lastimosa, another three.
Jerome Lastimosa,
Oh, go! Triple for Jerome Lastimosa. Melesio all day to shoot. Gets it to go. Lasar is off and running. Melesio behind the back pass again. Justin Baltasar brings that baby home. Cani against Desiderio. The bang and the bucket. They swing it to Comboy, who's had the hot hand. Still finds a way. Fading away on one leg. Ildefonso will drive right. That's all muscle. Changes direction. Twice he does that. Navigates through Pasay traffic. Double-double performance for Philip Manalang. Straightaway jumper. Nothing but sweet string music. Manzo with a steal! All the way! That's one out of the back. Highlight, the University of the Philippines after 32 years! CJ for three! Are you kidding me? Subido with a crossover. Subido for three! Renzo Subido! Ravenna leaves it for Edge. Oh! Here's Matt, the 30. Highlight coming. Two-hand slam. Dominance and the excellence of the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles continues.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has come to this. The 82nd season of the UAAP Men's Basketball Tournament is entitled All for More. But after about 2 hours or so, for one of these teams, there will be no more. The end of the road will come for either the University of Santo Tomas or the Far Eastern University. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is ABS-CBN Sports live and exclusive coverage of the season 82 of the UAAP. You're watching us on SNA HD, on Liga HD, over streaming on iWant or on TFC.tv. Good afternoon, or good evening, good morning to you, wherever it is you are in the world watching us. Magandang araw sa lahat ng ating mga basketball fans. Nico Ramos here with Mikey Reyes, ready to give you guys a do-or-die battle that we're sure is going to be for the ages. But first, allow me to introduce the rest of our roster here today, reporting for the UST Growling Tigers. That is Miss Makayla Chavez, and on the opposite baseline from her, that is Miss Mariz Domingo reporting for FEU. We'll get to you ladies in just a second, but Mikey, as complicated as it may have been leading up to who makes it to the Final Four, today it could not get any simpler. You win, you move on. You lose, it's an early summer for you.
Well, after a crazy elimination round here in the 82nd season of the UAAP, and after the Ateneo Blue Eagles swept the elimination round, they find themselves at the top of the ladder. And like what you said, it's very simple for these two teams, number 3, FEU Tamaraws, and number 4, UST Growling Tigers. If they get this win here, they will have that ticket to go up against the UP Fighting Maroons on Sunday. Although they will have that twice to beat disadvantage, but you know, it's going to be a tough road ahead for these two teams, and they just have to focus on the task at hand, which is to get the win today.
Well, you know, what they're fighting for is the opportunity to go up against UP once, hopefully twice for them, and eventually Ateneo, but they cannot look past each other because it couldn't be a more difficult task for both FEU and for UST to face up against each other, because as we can tell, especially from their elimination matchups, we split one, and it was really a tale of UST being that hotshot team in the first round and FEU coming alive in the second round and really, you know, proving to all of us that you put these two guys in a game, it is anyone's ball game.
Well, offense versus defense, that's what we can expect here today, and that's what we saw in their two matchups in the elimination round. In the first round meeting, FEU was actually up by 10 after the first half, up by 5 at halftime. but a 30-16 third quarter gave UST that 9-point lead entering the fourth, and that's what you were saying about the offense of UST, just really firing from all corners, and that's what they can do, the ability to put points on the board. That was a 30-point quarter for UST. In the second game, again, it was FEU early in that game, but they did better in terms of maintaining that lead, and that 27-19 finishing kick for the FEU Tamaraws gave them that 14-point victory in the second round. So both teams right here, I'm sure they're prepared for each other. They split their elimination round series 1-1. I'm sure they're excited to, go up against each other again.
So this is as close to a toss coin as you can get, and we're excited to give it to you. We'll take a short break, and we'll come back to talk more FEU UST after this. We're at the Araneta Coliseum getting ready for the rubber match between FEU and UST. Winner goes on to face UP. Winner of that goes on to face Ateneo, who's sitting pretty in the UAAP finals. Let's talk first about the Growling Tigers. Mikey, they finished number 4 technically at the end of eliminations. They have an 8-6 record, but if you dive deeper into the statistics, you will end up asking yourselves, how in the world did this team finish only with an 8-6? They are much, much better than their record suggests.
Well, their offense just second to none here in the UAAP. Number 1 in points per game at almost 80 a ball game, and a big reason behind that is getting almost 40 points from the perimeter, and that's 7 points more than the number 2 team in terms of perimeter points at the LSU Green Archers. Also, their bench scoring with Abando, Concepcion, Nonoy, sometimes Supido, even Cancino coming off of that bench for Coach Aldinayo is just crazy. And with those perimeter points also, in terms of 3-point field goals, They make the most, 11 a game, and they take the most with 36 attempts a game for the UST Growling Tigers. And what's crazy with them is they're number 2 in the league in rebounding, number 2 in second chance points. But what's funny is they're actually last in points in the paint. So you know that when they get that offensive rebound, they don't really put it back up right away. What's scary with the UST Growling Tigers is those second chance opportunities from the outside and also transition points for Coach Alden Ay and the rest of the Tigers.
Well, historically, basketball has been north-south, and then it became side-to-side, and then became, inside-out. UST is inside-out. You stay outside, and if you manage to get an offensive rebound, you kick it back out, and you take one of the almost 500 three-point attempts that they took all of season 82. That's almost 100 more than the team in second place, which is the Ateneo Blue Eagles. That's how dependent they are, and how happy they are to live and die with a three-pointer. And I guess you can do that when the man in the middle, the man inside, is of the quality of Chabio, the presumptive MVP of this year. He is as good as advertised and then some.
Oh, for sure. Number 5 in the league in terms of points per game, almost 17 a ball game. First in the league in rebounds, 14.7 rebounds for Solomon Chabio, and a block a game to add on to that crazy stat line. Shooting 51% from the field, 70% from the foul line. It's not in doubt that he is the leading MVP candidate. And we talk about the three-pointers of the UST Growling Tigers. Chabio being the leading point getter of the UST Growling Tigers. Actually hasn't made one three-pointer this whole season. 0 of 8 from the outside. So you know that he feeds off of the energy and the shooting of the scorers or the shooters of UST. And if this guy right here, you let him be, especially underneath the rim, he will get those and gobble up rebounds and put it back in for the UST Growling
They
Tigers.
expect a big one from him in a big game like this. We'll take another break and start talking more about this matchup after this. as we get prepared for the do-or-die matchup to determine who moves on to the next rung of the ladder. I can't believe, Mikey, we've gone this long talking about this matchup and specifically talking about the Growling Tigers. We haven't brought up yet the man, the myth, the legend, the one, the only, the spectacle and the breakout star that is of the UAAP, whether that's on court, there's cultural impact on the game in total, Renz Abando.
Well, all the controversy that surrounded Renz Abando, especially in the second round, and rightfully so, just how he performed all season long. Coming off the bench most of the time in the second round, putting him in that role for Coach Aldin Ayo. Number 2 in the team in terms of points a game, which is 12, 5 rebounds, also good for number 2 in the team. And we talk about the dunks, the 3-point baskets, and that stepping violation, those highlights, but he is good for almost 1 highlight block a game. Talking about Renz Abando, and the future is just bright for this kid, but I'm sure he's thinking about the present and getting this win against FEU.
And they have relied on him, and he has delivered, and they're going to continue to do that today. However, Renz would be the first guy to tell you it does not start nor does it end with Abando, regardless of how many tweets mention him at the end of each ball game. The support system for this UST Growling Tiger squad is strong. We talked about perimeter shooting. Well, how about these guys? From long range, they're always loaded. They're always ready to fire.
The senior and the rookie, Renzo Sopido, 8.2 points a game, good for 2 3-pointers. A match, 3.5 assists off the bench, and the way he just really controls the tempo of the offense of UST is really great for Coach Aldin Ayo to, you know, exchange places or substitute Mark Nonoy. And on the other side of the floor, of course, Sherwin Concepcion, the other 3-point specialist for Coach Aldin Ayo, the UST Growling Tigers, 7.5 points a game, almost 34% from long distance, and a couple of rebounds here and there for the big guy of UST.
Oh, you mentioned Mark Nonoy, may CJ Cancino pa sa bulsa. Etong si Coach Aldin Ayo, and they really are a loaded team, and they're expecting to play like that here today. Michaela Chavez has been with this Growling Tiger squad on second year now, courtside for us, and she was with them today and leading up to this big affair. Go ahead, Michaela.
Nico and Mikey, it's been a 4-year-long drive to get here today and to once again clinch a Final Four spot. And with this, the UST Growling Tigers promise to have no room for mistakes. This is what Coach Aldin Ayo has been continuously reiterating to the team. Veterans in their last playing year have no other wish but to get what UST rightfully deserves. Quoting what Renzo Sopido had told me, quote, "We deserve this, but not just us players. The UST community deserves this the most." In preparation for this do-or-die match against the FEU Tamaraos, the boys rebuilt their team chemistry. They had a 3-day stay in Pampanga, but right after getting back to Manila, they knew for a fact they have an unfinished business. Now, FEU is known for having good guards, and when asked how we could possibly overcome a team that strong, Solomon Chavio shared that they just got to display excellent defense and smart basketball. I want to add that Chavio has been a very admirable player both on and off the court. He was smiling when he explained that you don't get to receive a trophy for being here in the Final Four, so this isn't that fulfilling yet. For him, the work is not yet over. Eyes on a big prize, and everything for it to go well, then they're just gonna do their best and they're ready to be caged out anytime soon. Back to you guys.
Oh, thanks a lot, Michaela. I want to keep you on the air for a second. You mentioned something quite striking there. You said that they believe that they deserve this. You know, whether it's them or the UST community, you know these guys very well. You know the character. You know the kind of mood that they are in, the ups and the downs, especially with Coach Aldin Ayo. Can you walk us through what that mood was like, maybe on the bus ride going here, or how they were in the locker room? They've just walked out and started getting ready. You know, what's the temperament like around UST in a big game like this?
Well, you know, Nico and Mikey, it's a good thing you raised that question, because earlier I was inside the dugout and the mood there was nothing complacent. Everyone was very much focused. You know, they had eyes very much fierce. It's a good indication that they're really gonna do their best, and through their words, you can really tell that they are gonna do everything just to win this game. That's all for now. Back to you.
Well, thanks a lot, Michaela. We'll hear more from you at the half. Well, that's the UST Tigers for you. Again, as we said, they had just walked out and just started to prepare. We'll shift to the other side of things and talk about the gold and green of FEU after this quick break. back in Cubao, is what our colleague Miko Halili likes to call the championship capital of Philippine basketball. Well, the championship dreams will remain just that. You won't even get a shot at playing somebody for the chance to play for the championship if you don't make it out of this one. We've talked at length about the Growling Tigers of UST. Let's talk about the Tamaraos of FEU and what an unlikely path to the Final Four that they've taken. You know, a lot of people didn't maybe have them on the top of their boards, but if there's one thing, and Mikey, you know this probably better than anyone, if there's one thing that's not an intelligent thing to do, that's bet against an FEU basketball team in the UAAP.
Oh, for sure. The FEU Tamaraos always well coached by the Rosella brothers. Their 7th straight appearance in the Final Four. When you talked about UST earlier, we said that it's surprising that they found themselves at number 4 with that kind of offense. And with FEU, even though they're worst in the league in terms of scoring the basketball, but look at their defense. Just the second best defensive team in the league, second to only Ateneo. Number 1 in field goal percentage allowed, only 33% for the opposing team. And we highlight the 3-point field goal percentage allowed because we know that UST, that's their bread and butter. Only 22%, almost 23% from the outside ang binibigay ng FEU sa kanilang mga kalaban. But what's funny is they're also number 2 in 2-point field goal percentage allowed, only at 40%. So they take care of the paint, they take care of the perimeter. But what's lacking in the defense of FEU, if there's one thing, it's they're giving up 19 free throws a game to their opposing team. So that's something they have to fix. Number 2 in points allowed, again, only to Ateneo. Number 2 in points in the paint allowed. And the length of Pat Chuente and the big guys of FEU just really clogging the lane for the slashers of the opposing team. And if there's one thing that's doing well for their offense is they're pretty efficient from the outside, namely Ken Tuffin, Cyrus Torres is there, 31% from the outside. So if they can explode from deep and protect, of course, going up against the offense of UST, then they have a big shot in this first level of the step ladder.
Oh, the Far Eastern University Tamaraos in Final Four basketball, those things can't seem to, you know, whatever it is that other teams try to do, di mo mapaghiwalayan eh. It's like you're a parent looking after your child, dating someone you don't like. Whatever you do, hindi maghihiwalay ang dalawang yan. 7 straight years now in the postseason are the FEU Tamaraos. A lot of it this year is because of the sophomore performance of LJ Gonzalez. You want to talk about being a factory for excellent players? The ultimate guard factory is FEU.
Well, he just became a sensational rookie, an exciting rookie here in the league, to a consistent contributor, just the top point guard after learning from the seniors from last season, entering this season 80, to just all the confidence in the world given to him by, of course, that coaching staff led by Coach Olsen Racela. Coach Johnny Aparientos is also there to, you know, help out itong si LJ Gonzalez. 11 points a game, first in the team in terms of scoring the basketball. Number 2 in terms of rebound, only to Pat Chuente. And this is a guard we're talking about, 7.4 rebounds a game. Also, number 3 in the UAAP in terms of assisting or passing that ball, only below Manzo and Karakot. And a steal a game is not doesn't hurt the stat line of LJ Gonzalez. And he is a focal point, of course, of FEU, but he's for sure also a focal point of UST.
And today, Mikey, as a treat to us, maybe it's a treat to each other, but this, you know, rocket of a player, LJ Gonzalez, he'll go up a lot of the time in this game on the other side against someone we haven't talked about too much yet, Mark Nonoy. Are you physically prepared to handle the ups and downs of that matchup? And can you give us a little bit of maybe a preview of what that matchup is going to be like for the 3rd time this year?
Well, speed versus speed. That's the only thing you can expect from Mark Nonoy and LJ Gonzalez. I think the question is who will be more efficient on both ends of the floor, because you know they will try to push the basketball. They will try to set the tempo of each other's team or their team respectively. So it's going to be exciting to see the sophomore go up against the rookie. They didn't see each other in high school because Mark Nonoy was a one-and-done player for the Tiger Cubs, but here in the seniors division, they will for sure see each other for the next few years.
Sulit na sulit yung tapatan niyang dalawang yan. Only one of the many wrinkles of this do-or-die affair. We'll take a quick break and come back to talk more FEU after this. It's gloomy outside, but it is a sea of gold of fans and supporters. Except for that one guy in maroon who's an interested party in all of this. That's Coach Bo Perasol. He is ready and waiting. And he has a twice speed advantage in his back pocket. But we'll talk about them on Sunday. The other half of that equation is still yet to be determined. We're talking FEU here as we welcome you back to the coverage. Nico Ramos here with Mikey Reyes. And you know, the Tamaraws, we alluded to it earlier, not the most ideal of first rounds. They turned it around in that second round, really finished strong, 5-2 record in that second round. And Pat Chuente played a central part of that, you know, entire run. Not to mention him getting a little bit more comfortable, him getting used to the way the game is played. It doesn't always happen as quickly for all foreign players, but Chuente figuring out where he can contribute and what his specialty will be was really a key factor para dito sa FEU.
Well, when you talk about the student athletes or the foreign student athletes here in the UAAP here in season 82, we tend to forget about Pat Chuente. We talk about Alex Jaquite, Chabio Acueti, and of course Angelo Kwame. He may be the worst foreign athlete to be able to score the basketball, only 7.4 points a game, but he's the anchor of that defense for FEU. The length, the energy, and just the activity of this guy protecting the paint for FEU, also running the floor, rim running, and getting those easy baskets in transition. He's a big part of FEU, and we cannot forget what he can do, especially on that defensive end.
Well, you talked about their interior defense. A lot of it gets funneled into Chuente, and you know, people talk about what he's able to contribute as a rookie. This guy has been impressive as a rookie as well. That's Cyrus Torres on your screen, who's moved up to the seniors level this year, and we all know Ken Tuffin. Ken Tuffin has continued to contribute para dito sa FEU as he's done in seasons past. But their ability to hit from the outside will be depended on, will be counted on. FEU, as you said, not the most prolific offense, lalo na kung hindi tumama etong dalawang to. They're gonna need these guys to be accurate from away.
Well, they've been efficient here in season 82, 35% from the outside is Cyrus Torres, almost 38 is Ken Tuffin from the outside. And like what we said, when you have a Pat Chuente down low gobbling up all those rebounds, almost 11 a game, you have all the confidence in the world to just let it fly from the outside. Also, having attackers, slashers like LJ Gonzalez, Royce Alforque, and Wendell Comboy, you will always have easy shots from the outside. The question is, it's a hit or miss league. The question is if they can hit here today against UST. But these two guys right here for sure will get those shots here in today's matchup.
And you know, get those shots. They're going to be open for those shots as much as UST would like to defend them. You know, the way that guys, you know, like LJ Gonzalez attack and Comboy attack, they're going to get their opportunities. I want to talk about Alex Stockton here for a second here, Mikey. You know, he's not going to be a guy who jumps out at you statistically, but what he's been able to do is really evolve bit by bit, game by game, specifically here in the second round, as more than just a stopper. So Alex Stockton has really become, at times, especially at tail ends of the shot clock, a dependable option para kay Coach Olsen to break down his initial defender and make things happen for the team.
And what's great for Alex Stockton is that he doesn't look for his points. Yes, they have a Pat Chuente to take care of the paint, but the perimeter defense care of Alex Stockton. He gets his confidence from that end, and when he gets that steal and gets out on the break, he can for sure finish for FEU. So this is one guy the guards of UST will have to look after, especially from the weak side, getting those, anticipating the passing lane.
You know, it's a matter of being able to do a little bit more than what you were able to do last year. Stockton has improved a little bit on that ball handling, on finishing with contact, and therefore he's, you know, found himself more minutes on the court. All right, well, we talked about FEU being a guard factory. Next up in line is that man on your screen, Royce Alforque. And the inheritance of the FEU backcourt will be completed. Him and his best friend, LJ Gonzalez. They will be main guards next year after the departure of Kani and Comboy. But the reign could really begin today here for Alforque. He's got a great opportunity to break out and put an impact onto this game.
And you see the chemistry between Royce Alforque and LJ Gonzalez. They shared the backcourt with the baby Tams in the juniors division for FEU. And here in the seniors level, especially Royce Alforque, getting his confidence, getting his legs under him, and his timing. Siyempre, iba yung seniors sa juniors, especially in that second round. And that's what, like what you said, they are the future of FEU, but here today, they're trying to make this big run here, especially for the rookie, Royce Alforque.
And Alforque, they like to call him a power guard. He's not a point guard, he's not an off guard, he's not a shooting guard. He's a power guard. LJ Gonzalez, same exact thing. I don't know what it is that, you know, FEU is feeding their baby Tam guards, but it's working. And they come up to the seniors level well and ready. All right, let's talk to Maris Domingo for a little bit, who's been on the FEU sidelines all year long, and she's once again back for us here courtside. Maris, talk to us about these Tamaraos. Go ahead.
Well, Nico and Mikey, before the start of the season, a lot of people brushed off the Tamaraos. But you know, in typical FEU fashion, they were able to smash those negative predictions. And now they're barging into the Final Four after that great second round. Before the start of the season, they dubbed themselves as the 16 Davids, who are ready to slay the Goliaths of the league. And that includes the star players, the one-and-done wonders, and the prize recruits. The Tamaraos were able to accomplish a lot of near impossible goals, but nonetheless, Coach Olsen Rosella said, we are not done yet. We have a lot of games to play. And when Coach Olsen Rosella said, we are not done yet, he means business. That's why he used the 9 days they have to rest, to recover, and of course to practice. And you know, Nico and Mikey, during the birthday of Coach Olsen Rosella on November 1, he celebrated it not with gifts, not with balloons, but he celebrated it training with the players. Nonetheless, the team surprised Coach Olsen Rosella with a birthday cake, and when asked what his wish is, he said, alam niyo na yon at alam kong kaya niyo yon. Now, there is only one wish that Coach Olsen Rosella wants to see in the team, and that is their preparation for whatever surprise that the Growling Tigers has in store for them. Back to you, gentlemen.
Oh, thank you very much, Maris. We'll hear back from you at halftime, and we're excited to see what you can share with us then. You know, Coach Olsen, he means business. He always does. Him and Coach Alden Ayo, they are up for a battle for the ages for that spot to advance. FEU and UST when we return. The crowd is filling up here at the Araneta Coliseum as we get closer and closer to tip-off here between FEU and UST. It's a do-or-die affair. And we welcome you if you're just joining us. I'm here with Mikey Reyes. My name is Nico Ramos. And we want to talk about last year's Rookie of the Year, someone who a lot of people at the start of this season said his game isn't the same. The recovery from the ACL injury may have taken too much out of him. And then slowly and surely, as they played better, as we realized what kind of basketball they were playing, we slowly come to realize CJ Cancino, he's not a step slower. He's just fitting in more to a system that has much more weapons than he did last year.
Oh yeah, his usage rate obviously went lower when this guy right here, Renz Abando, and the rest of the new Tigers came on board. But CJ Cancino, you can expect him to be the leader for this team. Reigning Rookie of the Year, like what you said, and only in his sophomore year he was already named team captain. And in a Final Four matchup like this, in a knockout match like this, knockout game, you can expect that Coach Alden Ayo will lean on the leadership and of course the smarts or the IQ of CJ Cancino.
Sacrifice necessary in order to reap success, and that's what Cancino has been doing. You talked about the captain on one side, a leader, a veteran leader on the other side is Barkley Ibonia. And the role that he has to play here today at that 4 spot is going to be massive for FEU if they have any intentions of squaring off against UP on Sunday.
Oh, very crucial is Barkley Ibonia, just the length, the activity, and what he can do on both ends of the floor. After a long line of power forwards for the FEU Tamaraws, he has a chance to carve out his name or be one of the legends of the FEU Tamaraws if he can, lead this team to a Final Four, a finals appearance here against UP and then against Ateneo.
All right, let's check out what our key matchup is. We talked about a lot of players. We talked about Mark Nonoy's individual square-off later with LJ Gonzalez, but statistically, it could not get any closer between Nonoy and Wendell Comboy. Magkaiba yung laro, but what they put on the table statistically, very, very similar. They are going to be key here today.
And the veterano will go up against the baguhan, Mark Nonoy and Wendell Comboy. Mark Nonoy good for 10 points a ball game, the same as Wendell Comboy. Both of them hit from the outside, good for 2 threes a game is Mark Nonoy and Wendell Comboy. They add a couple of rebounds, assists, so they can do it all for their teams. And it's going to be big how they guard, or maybe they're not going to guard each other, but how they can produce for their respective teams.
All right, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we promise you will have the tip between FEU and UST. It is Do or Die Wednesday here in the UAAP. Well, the chants are going. It is gold all around us. In front, behind, to the left, and to the right. From the first row all the way up to the very top. The colors might be shared, but that's about where it ends. The UST and FEU for the next 40 minutes of basketball. If we're lucky, then maybe more. We'll fight for the continuance of their dream and that chase for that UAAP championship. Subido and Cancino will be in the backcourt for UST. Batalier, Chabio, Paraiso, no surprises for Alden Ayo. LJ Gonzalez will be with the rookie Cyrus Torres, Stockton, Ebonia, and Chuente, the rest of the starters for FEU. We will see some quality subs enter this game fresh from the bench, but this first unit for UST and this first unit for FEU will dictate where this game will go in the early goings. Zambrano, De Luna, and Caniente are officials with the whistles here today. It is a buzz here, Mikey. We have waited for meaningful games here, playoff games here in the UAAP season 82. It's been one of the most exciting, one of the most cardiac seasons we've had, and very fittingly that at this point in the road, we have a do-or-die affair between two historic teams and two teams who we know will leave everything on the floor to get that opportunity to advance.
Well, a rubber match like this, the first quarter will be crucial, or the first 10 players to enter the floor for FEU and UST. And if you're UST, you don't want to go down because in the first two matchups in the elimination round, they're down after the first, so it is important to get that good start for Coach Alden Ayo.
Subido picks up the loose ball. Paraiso will swing. Cancino, they set up Subido in the corner. First one up is away and out of bounds. It will stay with UST. And true to character, the first Growling Tiger attempt is from the outside.
Well, not surprising at all with that shot for Renzo Subido, but good extra pass there for CJ Cancino. Renzo trying to get his rhythm early in today's matchup.
Paraiso had a look at it, gave it to Cancino. The extra pass found Subido wide open in the corner. CJ to Brent, corner three. There's contact, no call. Nope, they're going to call a whistle. It is 3-1 as LJ Gonzalez picks up a personal.
And this is what we were saying about CJ Cancino. Two excellent passes the first two possessions of the game. And look at this, finding Paraiso wide open from the corner.
Got that on the McDonald's instant replay. And a little extra aggression mula dito kay LJ Gonzalez to close out. And that's something, Mikey, as a former player, I wanted to ask you, maybe not so much from your personal UAAP playoff experience, but
I have no idea how to be in this type of situation.
But big games like this, there are a lot of young players that are going to play key roles in this game. The nerves, similar to opening day, maybe a little bit more.
And one thing you got to do is to stick to the system and the role that, of course, you were given. Well, the difference between the first game of the season and this one right now in the Final Four is you already know what you need to do to get wins here in the UAAP. And for the young ones right here, they just need to stick to what they know, what they can do, and what their coach has told them to do.
Gonzalez with the first Tamarao turnover off a travel violation. Tabio is decked. We can barely hear a whistle, as that's the second team foul on FEU. Both instances, a whistle faintly heard, as the crowds here are, there's a lot of very strong energy between UST and FEU, and those who've chosen to make the trip to Cubao on a rainy Wednesday. Cancino against Torres. Cancino leaves it for Chabio. Subido, well checked by Torres. Subido squeaks through. Batalier trying to handle. There's a steal. Here's Torres. One man to beat. Cyrus, touchdown FEU.
Defense to offense for Cyrus Torres, getting the steal and the bucket on the other end.
They are on the spot. That is a yellow cab end-to-end play of the game. Ebonia comes out to beat Subido. Paraiso, they dump it down. Solomane versus Pat. Chabio, the hop step. Paraiso, same spot, same result. Two triples in a game for Brent. The last one, courtesy of Vivo V17, shoot beyond limits.
3 attempts at the rim for UST, 3 from the outside, and that is just the character of UST, trying to find outside bombs.
Stockton, the mini hook won't drop. Pero yun yung pinag-usapan natin about Alex Stockton. He's had a little bit more freedom and a little bit more confidence, taking it to that middle part of the floor and looking for his offense as Batalier knocks down the third triple for UST. Pure gold Always panalo move. It is a dream start for the Growling Tigers. They're up 10-2.
And this is something Pat Chuente needs to do, at least for this game, is to come out at the shooters as Batalyer hits from beyond the arc.
Eboña followed that miss as soon as he let it go. Off to the right, he gets the offensive board. Cancino, pinasa si Eboña kay Chabio. That was not the right choice as Eboña had enough space for a Yamaha Mio #1 move.
And Eboña just being patient down low, waiting for single coverage, gets the basketball and goes all the way. Pinagbag dun si Chabio for the bucket.
There's not a lot of players who can do that. FEU yet to attempt from the outside as Chabio continues the shooting party for UST along to off a PS Bankable assist to the game. Parang PS Bank personal loan na maaasahan apply online, no collateral.
We already said UST good for 40 perimeter points a game in the season. 12 already.
Straight to the cup, a little too strong. Eboña with it. Eboña with a spin. We'll leave it for Pat Chuente. That will not count, not even as an attempt, as Eboña's whistled for the travel. And unang kukurap si Olsen Rosella as he brings in the veteran Wendell Comboy.
Well, they need an offensive presence. Talking about FEU, and Wendell Comboy may be the one-shot creator that they need here in the first quarter to put some points on the board. And their defense is nowhere in sight. Like we said, second in the league in terms of defensive prowess here in the UAAP.
Batalyer. They get it downstairs eventually. Solimain against Barkley. Subido, 3, knocked down.
Wow, 15 perimeter points for UST.
What a flicks, kakaibang move, and Rosella's seen enough. First time out is charged to FEU. Bar, O-bar sa saya. Well, you can count it all the way up to 3, young man, because USC's hit from the outside 4 times already in this game. We're not even at the halfway point yet of the first quarter. And a long jumper by Solimain Chabio brings their total up to 15.
And this is what we were saying, the start that UST has been looking for against FEU. They failed to do this kind of start in the elimination round.
Osiris Torres has a little bit of that gene in him as well, as Tuffin tells all of us, relax, this is a long game.
Oh, that's
the certified designated outside sniper for FEU strikes with his first attempt.
And that's his calling card, even with the baby dams.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Jollibee 100%, the amazing move of the quarter. Strong dribble with his offhand. Pivot, stop, baby hook against a double team. Chabio with an impressive move. Comboy to Chuente. Pat gets it to Cyrus. Cancino on him like white on rice. Torres will miss the 1-foot fade. Here's Subido.
And this is what's tough when you go up against UST. When Chabio takes care of the paint, you can't really send another guy at him because of how hot the UST Growling Tigers have been from the outside. So it'll be a problem.
Error unforced there for UST as Chabio traveled. Tuffin will enter the court, and the roar you hear is because of the young man from La Union, Renz Abando.
What a start for UST, 6 of 7 from the field, and in comes Renz Abando off the bench. Again, the bench of UST, number 1 in the league, and this is a big reason why.
Tuffin draws Chabio out. Comboy, his first attempt, in and out. Chuente cannot get to that one, and Cancino will cross the timeline with it for UST. CJ, shovel pass, Ando, that's his shot. Will leave it short though, as Cancino is able to save it. Ball is live, Gonzalez on a 2-on-1. LJ, stop, pop, 3, cash!
May not be the best shot in that possession, but still 3 points for LJ Gonzalez, and that's good for his confidence, especially on the offensive end.
Tuffin against Chabio in the perimeter. Chabio will hand it off. Abando's first touch right at the Gatorade hydration checkpoint. Ando makes that 2 missed jumpers in the game, and LJ's coming downhill. Gonzalez turns on the Jets. Gonzalez with a spin. LJ no. Chuente the follow. In and out, and Subido will save it to Abando. Here comes UST. Cancino with a cross. Comboy trying to disrupt. Subido, up fake, flyby, 3, cash money!
Just the confidence of Renzo Subido.
Manulife Vision, player of the game, brings us to this timeout. Subido's got 2 threes under his name already. It's 20-10 in the first. BDO coaches winning ways. Alden Ayo has coached a perfect first half of a first quarter so far as they've doubled up FEU 20-10. They see our colleagues in the building. Kiefer Ravena, Christian Luanzon, the Sultan of Stats, right smack in the middle, Mr. Pong Tucanes. But this one is very interesting to everybody, whether you're for FEU, from UST or not.
Just a crazy first 5 minutes for UST, 5 of 6 from deep. And this is what we were saying, this is a hit or miss league or a hit or miss game. And if they can continue to hit from the outside at this rate, it'll be tough for FEU, as we see CC Rondina enjoying UST basketball.
CC was so hyped during the timeout with a go chant. It was unbelievable. I've never seen her with more energy, even playing a game herself, as Comboy throws it away off of a timeout.
And this is something you cannot fall into if you're Wendell Comboy, just being passive on that possession. He had that shot. Both players went cat and mouse against him. He thought Pat 20 was ready for the pass, but that's a turnover there for Wendell Comboy.
Royce Alforque and Mark Nonoy. Now the matchup at point guard, both off the bench. Sherwin Concepcion has the height advantage over the veteran. Sherwin to Abando, his first attempt. Reds will miss off to the left. There's a foul on the floor. We will stay on this side of things as that will be charged to Alex Stockton, who has just re-entered the ballgame.
But that was great execution there for UST. The post-up play on Sherwin Concepcion and the away screen for Renz Abando, wide open from top of the key, just missing his first attempt of this game.
Ebonia and Stockton back on the floor. Nonoy to Abando, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Ando.
And this is what Stockton does, just being pesky on the defensive end, just the activity, always pressuring the basketball, getting that offensive foul. Their ball will go back to the Tamaraws.
Oh, he's a special asset to have. You have a guy like that. Hard screen by Ebonia. Alforque to the basket, no. Barkley with a tip in, no. And Sherwin Concepcion pulls it down. Nonoy over to Sherwin. 13 to work with. They want Concepcion in the post against Comboy. Nonoy, handoff three. That will not drop. Abando out of nowhere.
Oh, you gotta box that guy out. Renz Abando just out jumping the whole FEU team.
Oh, and Alex Stockton is in shock right now. He was whistled for an offensive foul off of the inbound play. Watch the miss by Nonoy. And watch that man just rise up and over. Stockton had no idea he was there. And then Stockton's going to get called for a personal right there. And that's why it's UST ball once again, as they have a 22-10 first quarter advantage.
And that's tough for Alex Stockton. Nothing he can really do there, just walking down or running down the floor.
Wang inside. Zach will miss. Barkley will pull it down.
FEU will need to find offense from someone. This guy can be that guy. Talking about Ken Tuffin.
Royce inside. Barkley reaches for it after the fake. Ebonia will take 2 free throws.
Barkley Ebonia would love to get that back. Almost an end-one opportunity for him, but they can do that. Be aggressive down low. Alforque finding the open cutter. And Barkley Ebonia, again, the patience, just waiting for the right time against 4 white shirts. But still, he could have made that for sure, talking about Barkley Ebonia.
A lot can happen in one game, especially if that game means a whole lot. And for Hubert Cani, who's played bigger roles before for FEU, well, there's someone who's played the big role for the Tamaraws in RR Pugoy. Mr. Escoto is in the building as well. But Hubert Cani, he's seen his minutes, his touches, his usage dip down this season because of the emergence of LJ Gonzalez and Royce Alforque and the types of those guys. But in a game like this, when you're bleeding for points, Hubert Cani might just be what the doctor ordered for the Tamaraws. And Renz Abando was ordered and delivered by the doctor for UST as his master play of the game is a triple off the corner.
And this is what you love to see if you're Coach Alden I, just the aggressiveness of Renz Abando off the bench, leading the second unit of the UST.
Comboy, single digits on the shot clock. Wendell, there will be a foul on the screen. They're going to whistle that one on Dave Ando.
Again, created. Mark Nonoy attacking the paint, attracting multiple help defenders and finding Renz Abando, his fellow rookie, wide open from the right corner. And Renz Abando, sinuklian yung pasa doon ni Mark Nonoy.
25-11. Alforque using the Tuffin screen. Tuffin off the screen and pop. Will miss. Nonoy on the other end. Finds Wang in the corner. Lots of contact. They will call that one a turnover on Zach Wang. And a valiant stand by Royce Alforque against the larger player.
FEU needs to do a better job defending the penetrations of the guards. As we look at this, 3-point field goals made. Like what we said, almost 11 a game for UST in just the first 8 minutes. Already 6 for the Growling Tigers.
Oh, they saw your 11 per game average, Mikey, and then they scoffed at it and they said, I'm gonna check raise that one. And Comboy knocks it down.
Comboy.
That counts for 3 as well, but if you ever wanted to put a 4-point line in basketball, it'd probably be right around the spot that Wendell launched that from.
Again, that's what he needs to do. Earlier on, just a passive attempt from the outside. This time, no second guessing for Wendell Comboy. 3 points for the senior.
Nonoy, far away 3 himself. That will not drop in. And Ebonia in a battle for it, and Comboy eventually tracks it down. And here comes Hubert Cani. Hubert to Wendell. Heat check. No, and that's the second time Wendell Comboy has thrown it straight out of bounds.
Again, this is what we were saying. He needs to be aggressive. He just hit one from that deep. Again, being passive, finding Barkley Ebonia. And even his teammates know that he should take those shots. As Coach Olsen Rosella obviously not happy.
I've said this officially on the record on national television. This will be probably the 5th time I'll say it. We need an Olsen cam that is just on all of Rosella's reactions, good and bad, each game. Oh, wow. Oh, bodies on the floor as Ebonia and Huang go at it. And by it, I mean that loose ball.
Jump ball.
I think Huang had the rebound. Ebonia was behind him.
Possession for the FEU Tamaraws.
Watch this. So Zach Huang will pull it down. Ebonia will have both hands on it as well. Just so happened that Huang's shoulders, head, and entire body were in between Barkley and Huang. And they're going to call that out of bounds FEU ball.
Playoff basketball at its finest.
Welcome to the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. I once dreamed of becoming a UAAP player, Mikey. I'm sure you dreamed of playing in the Final Four as well. Mabuti na lang, hindi natupad mga pangarap natin. This is a very physical environment as Alforque will be whistled for a travel and it will go back to USD.
A little too eager there for Royce Alforque, getting that pass and attacking the lane. LJ Gonzalez will re-enter the fray.
I'm still not over Suplex City on the other side.
No foul called on either player. And since that 5 of 6 start from deep for UST, they have been 1 of 5. But FEU needs to do a better job securing the defensive rebound and also scoring on the other end because they need to take advantage of the slump that UST is currently on.
Abando against Comboy. 11 to work with. Now it's with Nonoy. Mark to Renz. Renz for 3. Will leave that one short. Ball is loose. It's with LJ Gonzalez. One guy ahead. Tuffin with the up fake. 3 Tigers converging on him. Comboy. Up fake. Inside. Ebonia. And Barkley Ebonia after the up and under will get it down. And Ebonia is upset. Thinking... He's saying that Mark Nonoy gave him a little love tap after the basket.
I don't know how many times I'm going to bring it up, but again, the patience of Barkley Ebonia down low, up fake, the footwork, waiting for the right time to attempt the shot, getting Mark Nonoy up in the air. Could have been called for the foul there, and Barkley Ebonia just getting up. Look at the aggressiveness and the energy of Barkley Ebonia.
Oh, it's Zach Huang that he's still upset at. And I wonder why those two would have friction. Subido's trying to re-enter the game. Wahao will have quick minutes.
6 early points for Renzo Subido to start the game off. 2 3-point bombs for Spitfire guard, and he will enter the game and share the backcourt with Mark Nonoy. This is going to be a quick 5 for Coach Alden Ayo along with Renzo Abando.
First one is a miss para kay Abando. $12-5 the average is, a block per game to boot. Although his blocks are a little bit more exciting than your Garden Variety blocks. Comboy will take a seat. The starter Torres will re-enter para sa FEU. They're down 10. Final possession time here for the Tamaraws. They double Gonzalez. LJ in a crowd, LJ in trouble, out of bounds.
And the defense of UST, the aggressiveness of Mark Nonoy pressuring the basketball, and Batalier coming from behind, not giving LJ Gonzalez airspace to get a pass off. The ball will go back to the Growling Tigers, and that's just great perimeter defense for UST.
Chabio will re-enter for the final possession here. And so will Comboy for defensive purposes. They will have him on Abando. 10 on the shot clock for Renzo Subido. He will use a high screen. Now 5 to work with. Subido still with it. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. They're running out of time. Does Batelier know? No, he does not. And that will do it for the first period as UST's hot start allows for them to carry a 10-point advantage into the second period. They're ahead 26 to 16.
In the 26 for the USA Growling Tigers.
(26-16) is the score as we get ready for the second quarter. Why do I feel like it's the start of the fourth already? But FEU trailing here by 10. Their offensive activity picked up a little bit towards the end of that, but was not enough to extinguish the hot shooting UST Growling Tigers. We're really at a dream start, Mikey, in the first opening few minutes of that first period.
Just coming out the gate, just firing from all corners was UST. FEU clamped down on them during the latter portion of that first quarter, but just the struggling, finding offense. Talking about FEU still down by 11 here to start the second.
Abando, 3. Will leave that one short off the lip of the rim. Here's Comboy ahead.
And who will they go to? Talking about FEU, this two-man action between Chuente and Gonzalez.
Bienes is open for 3. That will be short. And Mark Nonoy will come away with it. Mark Nonoy gets it to Chabio off the spin. Blocked by Chuente on the follow, but they say Solomane got fouled and Solomane will get 2 points.
Still, the effort there of Pat Chuente. This would have been an end one for sure for Solomane Chabio, but not giving up on the play was Pat Chuente, making sure that he will, talking about Chabio, he will need to earn his points from the line. Coach Alden asking for a continuation there or a goaltend. FEU just 37% from the field.
Another miss here by UST from the free throw line. There's Zach Wang, who's on the bench resting. He deserves a rest and a nice pack. Chabio's second free throw is up and through. The lead is 11 as Subido will re-enter and take over point guard duties for UST.
Talked about the start of UST. 20 starter points led by this guy right here, Renzo Subido, with 6 under his name or across his name.
Wendell. Over to Bienes. They try to go inside. That one is tapped. No, they say it is not tapped. Olsen cannot believe it. Oh, the FEU staff is livid. They cannot believe this is going back to UST.
Oh, this is a do-or-die game. Look at Coach Olsen.
Oh, watch the replay. this isn't a reviewable offense, meaning they can't go to the replay to overturn this. But as we saw from that replay, it's pretty clear. Solimay Chabio had his fingertips on it. Olsen has more than a case here.
Every possession counts for a game like this, during a game like this. And like what you said earlier, it feels like it's the fourth quarter with all the non-calls and the reactions by our coaches.
Mikey, lalo na kung naghahabol ka as Chabio gets the floater to drop. Oh, and that proves costly for FEU. Mitsubishi Mirage G4 drive of the game.
That's a 4-point swing there. Could have gotten the possession back, talking about FEU, and Chabio taking advantage, scoring on the other end.
Now, how short-term is your memory if you're FEU? How quickly can you relock in? Comboy airmails that one. Subido keeps it in play. Ball is still live. Renzo, quick trigger, short.
Not the best shot there for Renzo Subido, but you can give him that. But that was a heat check from the point guard.
LJ, crossover, quick, long jumper, and Ira Patilier will be covered, who was trying to cover Pachuente, be charged with a personal.
Now we'll continue to say this about LJ Gonzalez. He has improved by leaps and bounds on that pull-up jumper, but he has yet to be consistent with that. If he can't be consistent today or in this Final Four step ladder run, then that's a big boost for FEU, because you can't really give him enough space, that much space, if he can hit that shot. But at the same time, you can't really pressure a guy who can run 94 feet at one speed.
There's a foul here and another whistle on Batalier, and they're saying it is of the same variety. Him grabbing on to Pachuente's jersey. Now, well, that's the second time in 2 possessions na nahuli itong si Batalier, pulling the jersey of the guy he's defending. As a jersey grabber yourself, Mikey, that's part of the game, especially at a level like this. Nangyayari yan. The true magic, the true art of it is hiding it from the official.
Pag medyo nakalayo na kasi, makikita na hinihila mo
Bitawan mo
si you gotta stay close to the, you gotta tail him as close as you can, as Batalier called for another foul here.
That's a third straight personal foul on Ira Batalier in as many possessions.
Just like that, Batalier will have to be sent to the bench.
Ang masakit dito sa huli, Mikey, is that he's guarding Chuente
from way out.
He's out on an island. There's no way Chuente is a threat to you from that distance.
The ball too.
And Alden Ayo will keep Batalier on the floor, but FEU throws away the extra possession.
When you're down by 13 against an offensive team like UST, you cannot throw the ball away. You cannot shoot yourselves on the foot with those kinds of turnovers. And FEU again giving the ball back to UST. Baga walang kalaban-laban yung mga ganun turnovers ng FEU.
Batalier finally sits down to preserve him with those 3 personals. Zach Huang enters, and Chuente will go to the bench, and FEU will try to defend Solimay Chabio without Pat Chuente, as it will be Bienes and Barkley Ebonia, the 2 bigs para sa Tamaraws. Huang has it. Huang, jab step, 3-point attempt, no go. Alden Ayo was nodding on the sideline.
And that's a shot I can live with if I were Coach Olsen Racela.
Apparently, Alden Ayo also. He doesn't mind. But this UST defense is really stifling FEU. They force another turnover.
All the players of UST, obviously, they all have the green light from Coach Alden Ayo. As Alex Stockton will re-enter the fray to add perimeter defense for FEU. And of course, veteran leadership coming from Alex Stockton.
Cancino out to Chabio. Chabio between the legs. Spin, half spin, fake, out to Cancino. Cancino inside against Stockton. Cancino on the follow, and CJ gets it on the second serving. Jollibee 100%, the amazing move of the quarter. 15 na ang lamang ng UST. It's their largest of the game.
The second jump there for CJ Cancino. I think it's safe to say that he has found his legs under him.
Toughen for 3, in and out. That ball 3/4 in.
Oh, they needed that 3-pointer bad. Talking about FEU.
Paraiso with a getaway move. Ball is live here. Chabio jumped, eventually found the target. Olsen Racela is losing it on the sideline. He might just get whistled for a technical foul here. Olsen wanted the travel on that play in a bad way.
I think this is an understatement when I say they are letting the boys
Technical foul
play.
on the
Talking about the
Tamaraos head coach.
referees.
Olsen Racela for continuous completed.
Unbelievable. And Coach Olsen Racela still making himself heard here.
Technical free throw for Enzo Subiro.
So it's a technical foul. If I'm not mistaken, it's on Olsen Racela. I'm only able to gather that because Subido's on the line for a technical free throw. I barely understand what the in-Coliseum Barker is saying, but I wouldn't be surprised if Olsen was whistled for a technical the way he reacted to what he strongly feels obviously was a non-call.
Well, they're down by 15. 7:14 left in the second quarter. Obviously, this first half hasn't gone their way, and they would want to salvage that in the last 7 minutes. And Coach Olsen Racela just trying to spark his team up.
One field goal made in the last 5 minutes and counting. That crowd ended by LJ Gonzalez with a strong drive.
That's the fearlessness of LJ Gonzalez going all the way to the rim against Chavio for the bucket.
Solemain inside the spin. Good job, Barkley. Cancino on the crossover. Stockton gets his hand in the cookie jar, and it's FEU's turn to force a turnover.
Keeping his hands active is Alex Stockton.
Alex to the cup, blocked by Cancino off of Stockton's hand. It will go back to UST.
Great defense on the other, on one end for Alex Stockton, on the other.
Bawi
Cancino binawi.
But watch the layup by Gonzalez on the McDonald's instant replay from earlier.
They needed a basket, and they went to LJ Gonzalez, and again, the sophomore delivering for FEU.
Huang trying to get away from Tuffet. Oh, wow, this is a physical game. Paraiso for three. That will bounce in.
When you're hot, baby, you are hot. Brent Paraiso, his third triple in the ball game, and as many tries.
10 points in the afternoon for Brent. 16-point UST advantage. LJ will drop it. Barkley against Solemain.
Barkley Ebonia.
What a flicks, kakaibang move para kay Ebonia. Alden Ayo will call for a breather. We'll be back with 5:58 left in the second. (34-20) is the score as UST's lead is at 14 points. As impressive as their offense has been, Mikey, and it's really truly been an impressive offensive performance for UST. We always look at the offensive, the ball side of things for the Growling Tigers, but their defense in this one has really exposed FEU so far in this game.
and FEU already struggling with their offense all season long, last in the league in terms of points per game. But you add on to the activity of the UST Growling Tigers, holding FEU to less than 40% from the field. And Brent Paraiso, you talk about offense, this guy here today so far, 10 points.
Check. No go.
First miss of the game for our first triple. Miss behind the arc for Brent Paraiso.
Wendell for 3, airmailed that one, and it lands on the foot of Chabio.
16 seconds on
As
the
for
shot
the
clock.
official, and it will stay with FEU with 16 left to shoot.
And it's one thing to struggle on offense,
Reds
talking about
Armando.
FEU, but it's another to settle for tough jumpers
Coming
from the
in
outside.
for
FEU needs to
Enzo
move the ball a little bit better,
Shot
player
clock, 16
movement,
seconds.
find the best shot and easiest shot possible to get your rhythm back and, of course, your confidence back.
Wendell will trigger in. He has Ebonia, Tuffin, Stockton, and Gonzalez out there with him. Wendell for 3. Comboy, that one is off to the right. And watch Tuffin grab that board. Oh, Ken Tuffin in a crowd of white. And that's the fight back that this Tamarao squad needs.
Pushing foul, number 23, Soulmate Chabio is a first.
And that's what Ken
Four
Tuffin
on the
does for
ground
Coach
Tigers.
Olsen Racela. Fight for loose balls, be in every possible
40 seconds
situation
on the shot clock.
to get the ball back, along with, of course, his three-point shooting. But Ken Tuffin doing it on that side of the floor, trying to get that extra possession.
Stockton finds Tuffin underneath,
That's
gets
a
the
flash
bruise
from
and a
Ken
deuce. A
Tuffin.
3-point play opportunity for Ken Tuffin.
By getting that extra
Oh, wow.
possession.
Oh, Paraiso and Stockton getting into this one. Brent Paraiso just hip check Alex Stockton over the barricade in that first row. And Stockton is slow to get up.
Action. I don't want to say action is starting to pick up because from the first minute,
Well, action picked up with these 15 gentlemen from
Pushing
each
foul,
side
number 13, Zach
woke
Juan.
up. But the FEU crowd is
There's a
pissed
push.
because watch this. Paraiso and Stockton are tangled up. And that's a hip check by Paraiso. And that is Alex Stockton. As they say in the biz, selling the call. Now don't get me wrong. A hip check.
he got hit. But I don't think Paraiso is that strong. That ain't Solomon Chabio we're talking about.
I'm not saying Brent should have done what he did. I'm just saying the physics of it wouldn't have caused what happened to Stockton as well.
And he took his sweet time too from behind
Oh,
the
that's what you're
barricade.
supposed to do.
You gotta sell that call, and now Stockton is back on his feet.
The best news of all is no one got hurt. But watch this here. So that's the first bump. They're still tangled. And Paraiso with a smile on his face. See, if your hair is like that, mahahalata kapag namigay ka eh. Kasi medyo tumalbog pa ng konti yung buhok ni Brent eh.
Oh wow, Brent Paraiso and Alex Stockton just going at it.
Now here's the press from FEU. Chabio's able to cross it. Paraiso picks up Tuffin. Chabio now to Cancino. Stockton on him. Here's Abando. Reds step back. 3 blocked by Comboy. We're at the Gatorade hydration checkpoint. And the ball is loose. The ball is live right up until the shot clock expired on
24 shot
USD.
clock
What
violation.
a defensive stand by one Mr. Wendell Comboy.
And for you to get a block on and Reds Abando jump shot, that's big for Wendell.
We'll take a timeout and we'll come back after this. Well, there are very few things like a live UAAP game, especially if it's do or die. We don't get those too often. That's why the Final Four format is truly so special. And that's what's so unique about the rare stepladder format, is its game means so much more. And over the timeout, Mike, you're seeing shots of the crowd here. It's a great shot here by our team. Bawal mag-drums during the timeout, but the volume level, just from sheer cheering and shouting alone, from both sides has been an internal kind of competition between the two crowds here.
And both communities just passionate about their basketball teams. One team finally back in the Final Four after 4 years. The other trying to make a case for a finals appearance or at least the next level.
Chabio in the post. Wang, three. Toughen in his way, no problem. The lefty trifecta works for Zaki.
And I said 11 3-pointers on an average for UST a game. 9 already in the first half.
Zach chases out. I was just going to say, Zach chased out Toughen a little too much, as that will result in 3 free throws para dito kay Ken Toughen.
This is something you don't want to give a shooter like Ken Toughen. But look at this, Chabio keeping his eyes up, finding Zach Huang with all the confidence to let it fly again from deep. But what I was saying about Ken Toughen, you don't want to give him extra free throws because for a shooter like Toughen, it's important to see the ball go through the rim to get your confidence, because Toughen so far has been scoreless, or at least from beyond the arc. He had 1 3-point play earlier on.
Oh, first one works for Ken. Well, there's still 4:15 left in the second period. I'm not sure if for our viewers in the audience, is that young and old Arong? The family is here. That's the next Tamarao guard that's gonna make a mythical team in the UAAP. Cancino being watched by Stockton. Stockton all over him. Chabio against Ebonia. The high jump and the uncontested jumper up there. At that level, at that altitude, it is hard to contest Solimain Chabio.
I will take good offense over good defense any day.
Stockton, corner 3. We'll leave that one short. Abando gets it to Cancino. CJ going downhill, poked from behind. It will go out of bounds back to FEU.
Again, those are the small details that Alex Stockton does for your team. Getting that back tap on CJ Cancino, getting the ball back for FEU. And I was going to say that Party Bonya has done a hell of a job in guarding Solimain Chabio, making it tough for him. Yes, he made that shot, but still making him bleed for his points.
It's not the first move, sometimes not even the second move. In that case, Chabio had to go to the third move. Pero pag magaling lang talaga yung binabantayan mo, magaling lang talaga
Ibigay mo
siya.
na sa kanya yun. Ang ganda na ng demensa mo eh. Kaya even Coach Olsen commended Markley Bonya on that possession.
Royce Alforque now setting the table para sa FEU. There's a fight back from them defensively here, but they gotta find offense, talking about the Tamaraos. As Toughen gets whistled for the travel, another unforced turnover para sa Tamaraos.
There's so much hesitation from the Tamaraos, especially from beyond the arc. That's why a lot of traveling calls and turnovers.
There's going to be a timeout here as Coach Alden Ayo will talk things over.
Ray Bienes to begin book.
39-25. An unusual spot in the game to call a timeout, but then Aldenayo is anything but usual anyway. He wants this 14-point advantage to maybe expand heading into the gap. As you look at Solimane Chabio, perfect from the field, 2 rebounds, 3 assists so far.
And this is a big chance here for FEU to cut into this deficit with Chabio on the bench. They can really come out on the shooters of UST without that force down low, talking about Chabio.
Here's Wang, out to Paraiso. Paraiso inside, and this time they call a travel. If they didn't call that one, Olsen Racela would have probably gone nuclear.
This is what we were saying. You can pressure the basketball a little bit more. You don't have to double Chabio down low. You don't have to leave a shooter wide open from the outside. Great defense there for FEU.
Medyo humahabol na sa turnovers etong UST. 8 to FEU's 10. Royce with it. So they want to go to Barkley. Barkley is begging for it against Paraiso. And they're going to call a travel as Paraiso pulled the chair on Ebonia just a little bit to make the big man shuffle.
That's great defense there for Batalier or Paraiso, just making it tough, pushing him out of the lane. Obviously, Barkley Ebonia had that heft advantage or end height advantage against Paraiso. His only chance, get him out of the paint, and that's what he did.
And Brent with something to say back to Barkley. Here's Abando, homeboy on him. Renz to Zach. Huang for 3, will leave that one short. Alforque rebounds it and sees only clear daylight ahead. Abando from behind though. Tracked that one through the entire way.
This is what we were saying, Nico. One highlight block a game, that is what Renz Abando is good for.
He blocked that one with his elbow.
Timing that to perfection.
He blocked it with his elbow, Mikey. It's not fair. It's not fair. Comboy for 3. That goes in and out, as that's going to be the 4th foul on Ira Batalier, if I am not mistaken.
That's big, because he's the guy who comes in to give Solimane Chabio rest. So Coach Aldenayo will need to make a big decision here, and he will have to go with his main guy, Solimane Chabio, to come back for the final 2 minutes and 20 seconds of this first half.
It's do or die, Mikey. If there's any game to double down and to bet on your main core guys, it's this game.
Mamaya ka na mag-ice, mamaya ka na magpahinga.
So the chance for FEU though is right here. That's Jasper Parker. Well, how much would Coach Olsen give to maybe get, I don't know, maybe 6 minutes from Jasper Parker right now to provide a little bit more veteran big game experience?
Barkley Ebonia low-key has been big for FEU. 7 points, 7 rebounds, a lot of intangibles, especially on the defensive end.
Paraiso, open transition 3, in and out. Bodies flying inside. Solimane Chabio will come away with it with an end one, a bruise, and a deuce.
And this is what we were saying. Yes, the three-point shooting of UST has been second to none in the UAAP. But if you've got a guy down low who can gobble up offensive rebounds and the strength to put it back up in the rim, this guy's the leading scorer of the team, and he hasn't made 1 3-point basket the whole season for UST.
And they're reviewing the foul, because I think it was contact to the head. And if so, that will be deemed an unsportsmanlike foul.
I want to know if it's on any other Tamaraw. Any Tamaraw other than Alex Stockton. You can see it pretty well.
But either it's Stockton or it's Ebonia. They're the concerned parties in and around the area of the incident, if you would.
That's the strength of Solimane Chabio, and the focus, the concentration to finish the play.
The lead is 16 now here, Mikey, para sa UST. And we were talking about this a little bit during the timeout off air. That UST offense sputtered a little bit during that stretch. Now they get a chance for 2+1 here. But during that stretch, that they were having a difficult opportunity as they whistle on a flagrant foul. Yung offense ng FEU was not able to take advantage.
And FEU needs to take control every time. When you go up against UST, obviously they will come out with that brand of basketball, you know, shooting from the outside, pushing the tempo, trying to find easy baskets. You gotta wait for that time na lumamig sila. And pag lumamig sila, that's when you need to bounce on that opportunity. And FEU just failing to find offense when UST was failing to find theirs.
Chabio makes the free throw. The ball will stay with USD.
Was that on Barkley or on...
They called it on Barkley.
40 seconds on the shot clock.
So now the lead is the largest it's been at 17. And USD has a chance to add to it. Here's Wang underneath, up fake. Zach will lose that one and it'll go to FEU.
Unfortunately for FEU, Zach Wang threw that ball away, but that was miscommunication on the part of the off-ball defense of the Tamaraws.
Timeout FEU,
And
timeout.
Coach Olsen wants to talk about this last 2:07. We'll be back after this. We've got people all the way up to the highest rafters. If you're missing class today, if your professor sees this and you should be in class, I think they'll understand. Well, those gentlemen, Arvin Tolentino and company, do you think Coach Olsen Acela would give up some of his some of his salary to get Arvin Tolentino for 5 minutes in this game?
Okay, last possession lang.
No, I'd go for right now. How about right now when you're down 17? LJ underneath. Barkley. 2 free throws on the way for Ebonia. And Ebonia missed his last 2 the last time he was there, but Barkley Ebonia has been leading the way in scoring for FEU. He's got 7 in this game.
And again, just giving the ball inside to Barkley Ebonia. Again, the patience.
Free throws for Barkley Ebonia.
And
Have you just zoomed in on Zach Wang's face during that replay? It looks like he's a boxer who just got hit with a body shot. And the way the face reacts, that's just Daniel Krishnan, our colleague here at ABS-CBN who started out courtside for FEU. But this game has been very physical. Lots of pulls, lots of pushes, some jersey grabbing.
And Coach Olsen Rosella trying to push the pace here, putting in Alforque along with LJ Gonzalez.
Ooh, risky pass, but Solimain comes away with this. Abando is patient with it, gets into Nonoy, baseline cut. Chabio adjusts in midair and gets 2.
Again, good defense for Barkley Ebonia, but just excellent offense there for Solimain Chabio. The second serving, getting it to go.
LJ against Solimain. LJ wants it. Gonzalez will go for the three-pointer. That one wide to the right. UST on the run. Nonoy underneath. Chavio and one.
That's the pass for Solomon Chavio.
2 makes for Solomon, 2 assists.
Oh, and they're gonna whistle for, there's a personal foul on the Chavio shot. Chavio's down on the floor. This is for after the whistle. The referee on the floor has whistled for an unsportsmanlike foul on Barkley Ebonia. That will be the second one of that nature for him. They're reviewing it here right now. Watch the play. Nonoy, nagpinikling on the baseline, finds Chavio. And that was the adjustment in midair. That was the play beforehand. Here's the other dime. No-look pass. Chavio started with a no-look shot, eventually turned and saw it. And then there's action afterwards. The foul originally is on Bienes. And then watch this. Ebonia and his elbow making contact with Chavio. And Chavio making sure everybody in Araneta, in España, and everyone else who's watching knows. My nose, his elbow. It's not supposed to happen.
And that was pretty clear on the slow motion replay there. But Solomon Chavio, as efficient as he's been all season long. 7 of 7 from the field, 16 points, plus 19, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Whatever you need, he will give it for UST.
Here's the call. That's a foul on Bienes. And that's the second unsportsmanlike foul on Barkley Ebonia.
Foul was on number 15.
And yes,
Luis
FEU has been struggling finding offense, and this is the last guy you want to lose.
Disqualifying foul on number 8, Barkley Ebonia.
Chavio will troop to the line here.
Out of the play court.
Again, this is the last guy you want to lose. 9.7 rebounds. The guy who keeps a body or gets a body on Solomon Chavio will have to exit this game. Still 1 minute 20 in the first half.
For Barkley Ebonia.
Mikey, Barkley's a senior. They're down 19 here.
So you
If
lose.
FEU doesn't turn this around, you know, unfortunate as it may be to say, that's the last time we're seeing Barkley Ebonia in the UAAP.
That's not a good final memory in the UAAP, but Barkley Ebonia here today has been their best scorer, their best rebounder, and their best defender, at least on Solomon Chavio.
He's been their best player here today. That is clear and present throughout this first half. Unfortunate and, you know, regretful as those two unsportsmanlike fouls may have been. Barkley Ebonia has been the FEU lifeblood here in the first half, and they're going to lose him and fall down by 22 with a minute 19 left here in the second period.
Someone else will have to put a body on Solomon Chavio, and right now it's Pat Chuente.
Offensive foul on Concepcion, and that was a bread and butter play for UST, flaring out Abando on the opposite side of the inbound. Pero medyo sumobra yung screen ni Sherwin Concepcion on that occasion.
And this is already a 22-point lead for UST.
Bienes, Homeboy, fake, fly-by, spin, fake, fade away. Wendell will leave that one short. Ball is up, ball is loose, and Alforque comes away with it. Royce inside to Pat. Chuente will be fouled, and he'll take 2 free throws. Oh, sorry, that's LJ Gonzalez on the play.
Having fouled number 8,
And
Sherwin
Chuente will
Concepcion.
have to make 2 from the line.
Again, FEU still struggling to find offense, but great work there for LJ Gonzalez, giving them another opportunity and a chance for Pat Chuente to score from the line.
Oh, and Chuente goes ringless, but not the good kind on the first free throw.
And based on their 2 matchups in the elimination round, the first half was owned by the FEU Tamaraos. I think the UST Growling Tigers have found that answer to have a good start against the Tigers or against the FEU.
Yeah, the answer is make all your three-pointers.
That's what they've been trying to do all season long.
Also, the other game plan is have Solimane Chabio. Paraiso, another three.
Brent Paraiso.
Fourth of the game, Brent Paraiso.
Vivo V17 shoot beyond limits. The floodgates officially open. FEU defensively, they're giving up 65.9 points per game. They've given up 54 here as Mark Nonoy goes end-to-end.
And this is the best offense in the league. You're talking about the UST Growling Tigers again pushing the pace and grabbing that easy bucket by Mark Nonoy.
Bienes for three at the buzzer. That will not go. And FEU will have a lot to talk about during this halftime break. The do-or-die affair separated by 26 points at the end of the first 20 minutes. Big board reads 54-28.
Now, and download the PS Bank mobile app. Ang pag-deposit ng check, pa-picture na lang via PS Bank mobile check deposit. Open an account now and download the PS Bank mobile app.
Welcome to the half, ladies and gentlemen. We are separated by a large margin after the first two quarters, 54-28. That hasn't stopped the fans in attendance from going wild. PS Bankable fans of the game. Deposit checks in a snap with PS Bank Mobile. Download now. And if you want to be a true fan, you want to make sure you rep. They're equipped with the gear. Get 10% off on select UAAP merchandise items today. Visit UAAPstore.com now and flex your school spirit. Mga kapamilya, lalo na yung mga commute warrior dyan sa ABS-CBN TV Plus Go, masosurvive mo ng stress ng araw-araw na traffic, haba ng pila at hassle ng commute. Catch the UAAP live as it airs, no data charges while watching. Follow TV Plus Go on Facebook to know more. You can also catch all the UAAP 82 men's basketball action on iWant. Just download the iWant app or go to www.iwant.ph/sports and watch the games live and on replay anytime, anywhere. And we're inviting all of you as the basketball action picks up right smack in the middle of the final series. Will be the UAAP Season 82 cheer dance competition that will be at the Mall of Asia Arena. That will start at 2 p.m. and that will be on November the 17th. We will see you all there. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll crunch the numbers for you between UST and FEU. Welcome to the half, ladies and gentlemen. 20 minutes of action down. Those are official game minutes, although it's felt like from the fatigue level that we're feeling here on the sideline watching these two teams play, felt like it's been much longer than that. But the big board reads 5-4-2-8 as we take a look at the number story.
We talked about offense versus defense at the top of this coverage, and the offense of UST just on a tear in that first half, 53% from the field, and FEU only forces their opponents to 33% during the elimination round. So UST just getting outclassing the defense of FEU. 3-point field goals, not a surprise here. They average 11 3-pointers a ball game. They already have 9 in the first half. They average 36 attempts in a ball game. They already attempted 22 in that first half. Talking about UST. Starter points, we were raving about the bench of UST, number 1 in the league. But here today, Solomon Chabio and Brent Paraiso combining for 32 points to start it off, or to start that fire on the offense of UST. And the FEU Tamaraws will need to do a better job in number 1, finding offense somewhere in that lineup, because Barkley Ebonia will have to watch this game from the dugout and also clamp down on the UST Growling Tigers.
Well, you're right. If you guys are just joining us, Barkley Ebonia, the best performer for FEU, 9.7 boards. His game today will have to end there. 2 unsportsmanlike fouls in the first half, both against Solomon Chabio's, forced Barkley to watch the rest of this one from the dugout. Let's talk to Mariz Domingo from the FEU sideline and get a feel for what that mood was like. They're down 26 here, Mariz, in a do-or-die game. Tell us more about what went down in the dugout for the Tamaraws.
Well, Nico and Mikey, the atmosphere in the dugout was as gloomy as you can imagine. Before the tip-off, senior player Ino Comboy told the boys to remember their roles and to always trust the system even when in doubt. Now in the first quarter of the game, the Tamaraws were trailing. That's why Coach Olsen Rosella shouted, they are shooting well and they want to challenge us. Now let's challenge them back with 3 things: good transition, offensive rebounding, and our defense. But the Tamaraws have not yet found the rhythm to strengthen their defense. That's why Coach Olsen was angry and said, alam niyo na ngang magaling mag-shoot, hindi niyo pa sila nililimitaran. Now, what makes Coach Olsen Rosella and the rest of the coaching staff furious was the obvious non-calls that were committed. In the last 2 minutes, graduating player Barkley Abonia pleaded to his teammates, guys, please, last 2 minutes na. Ibaba naman natin yung lamang kahit single digits lang. But with what he did, Coach Olsen gathered the boys and said, guys, we play with discipline. Kaya pa natin to. Well, that's it, Nico and Mikey, for the sidelines of Tamaraws, and we will see how they will bounce back in the last few quarters. Back to you guys.
Well, thank you very much, Mariz. Olsen Rosella, if there's one thing we know about him, there's a lot of competitiveness there with him. There's a reason why he's very expressive on the bench for both the good and the bad. He's got to find a way to infuse that somehow onto the Tamaraws and have them come out like a team possessed here to overcome this 26-point lead. Lipat tayo sa kabilang banda. Let's talk to Mikaela Chavez, who's courtside for UST. What's the mood like for a team who's ahead by 26? I'm sure Alden Ayo, a coach who's almost never satisfied, wanted to temper a little bit of that good vibes maybe that the Growling Tigers are feeling. Tell us more.
Well, gentlemen, this match remains to be unpredictable, but one thing definitely is certain. The UST Growling Tigers will definitely carry such huge optimism today. It's anybody's ball game. These were the words of veteran Renzo Subido. As for him, it all boils down to who is more willing to go all out in this grueling match. Coach Alden Ayo expects the boys to bank on their prowess in serving mind-blowing threes, and also he has been firm when he asked the boys to tighten up their defense to solidify this to finally disrupt the offensive rhythm of the Tamaraws. He exclaimed, walang kukurap sa depensa. With the pursuit of staying alive in their Final Four journey, the boys promise to display better basketball IQ on the floor. UST community, we got this. Earlier I asked Chabio about his prediction for this match, and he said he was dominant when he uttered, we will definitely win. So Nico and Mikey, allow the UST Growling Tigers to pull off surprises for the next remaining quarters. Back to you.
They got this, Mikey. They got this. Mikaela's declared to the community that they got this. They're ahead by 26. And we'll have the second half for you when we return. Just about that time for us to resume business here at the Araneta Coliseum in Cubao, as the UST will try to preserve this mammoth of an advantage that they have, and FEU will try to conjure the miracle of miracles and come back. Coho creating beautiful plays. They're going to try to find a little bit more of this. This is Kani finding Comboy, knocking it down from deep. And you want to talk about Ebonia in his last year, potentially his last game if they don't turn this around. The same thing applies for Wendell Comboy, Hubert Kani. Kani will see action, so will Comboy to start this third period. Also Nacela banking on that last year desperation from those two guards. Maybe lift them out of this hole. For our fans abroad, you may now watch UAAP Season 82 on TFC online. Available for premium subscribers, or you can purchase the UAAP Season 82 Men's Basketball Season Pass for only $2.99.
Not the first half that Wendell Comboy was looking for. 1 of 7 from the field, only 3 points in 14 minutes of action. Also 2 turnovers out of that. Again, the passiveness that he had in launching those 3-pointers. And as for Hubert Kani, like what you said, the IQ, obviously the veteran experience that he brings to the table, they will need that, a lot of that here in the second half.
Gonzalez, Comboy, Kani, Tuffin, Chuente, the 5 on the floor for the Tamaraws. Hubert out to Wendell. Back out to LJ. Gonzalez, Comboy, 3 on the way. 3 is good.
Well, that's the best way to start the second half for FEU. A 3-pointer there by the senior Comboy.
Manulife Vision player of the game. To the other side we go. Subido, Paraiso, Cansino, Sabio, and Ira Batalier and his 4 fouls. Sabio, one-handed push shot jumper will not go, and that is it for Ira Batalier.
That's 5 fouls for Batalier. So 2 guys now, 1 from each team, will have to watch this from off the floor as we see this. Again, ball movement there. LJ Gonzalez to Wendell Comboy. And again, this is what he needs to do. He needs to let it fly. You're the senior. You're the guy they look up to, especially on offense. And he will have to score a lot more here in the second half.
There's Dylan Ababu. I don't remember a time when Dylan Ababu was ever shy
MVP
to launch it. Comboy now with it. Comboy draws Dave Ando. And Chabio picked that one as Comboy chose to skip the roller and try to go to the opposite sideline.
Oh, that's a risky pass there for Wendell Comboy. And look at the length of Chabio. They're using it on both ends of the floor, and the athleticism to get on the hand on that basketball.
Comboy for 3. A little hitch on that one, but had to launch it because of the shot clock. Renzo, Solimane, 2-man game. CJ thought about the 3. Cansino to Brent. Wendell there. Brent, corner, 3 on the way, 3 is good.
And that's what
Have a day, Brent Paraiso.
And I see that with Steph Curry. He kicks the ball out, runs to his spot, gets the ball back. And that's his 5th 3-pointer of the game, Brent Paraiso.
I just want it on record that your Brent Paraiso Steph Curry comparison.
Look at this. Kick the ball out, run to the corner, get the ball back, and just let it fly. Brent Paraiso, 5 of 7 from deep.
McDonald's instant replay includes CC loving it. All due respect to the former King Tigers in attendance, our colleague Christian Luanzon in attendance, but the Queen Tiger is the ultimate seal of approval. Tuffin gets a 3, and that's much needed para sa FEU.
And this is another guy who needs to get himself going, especially from beyond the arc. His first 3-pointer of the ball game here for Ken Tuffin.
Cansino, they go downstairs. Chabio draws Tuffin. Has the strength advantage. Up fake, step through, floater will not go. Ball is loose. Chabio saves it. It will wind up with UST as Kani is unable to get a hold of it.
And you got to commend the defense of Ken Tuffin, forcing Chavio to 2 misses here in the third quarter. Again, he was perfect in the first half. But look at this Ken Tuffin, no hesitation. This is what they need to do again. They have to let it fly. There's really nothing to lose now, down by this much against UST.
Is that Steph Curry-esque also? Wang for 3. That will not go. Another serving here for UST. Cancino sees a gap. Cancino lost it, got it back, kicks it out, and it will stay with UST with 8.2.
And this is just better defense for FEU. This is the defense that they've played all season long, which was absent in the first half. And now the ball will go back with the green shirts, a chance to cut further into this deficit.
The referees convened and ultimately decided we're going Tamarao side. Gonzalez uses the screen. Tuffin open for another 3. Back-to-back hits for Ken Tuffin. Jollibee 100%, the amazing move of the quarter.
And a great read there for LJ Gonzalez on the pop-out. Ken Tuffin, back-to-back 3-pointers. And that horns play, we've seen that time and again with the FEU Tamaraos in past years. Look at this. Chuente getting the attraction, getting the attention of the defenders, and Ken Tuffin wide open from beyond the arc.
Oh, the bench is loving it. They trim the lead to 20 from a high of 26. Second personal on Hubert Kani. Renzo in the corner. Brent asking for a screen. Over to Renzo, and that's an unforced turnover for UST.
Again, the FEU Tamaraos getting their confidence from that end of the floor, making stops, getting the extra possessions, and here another chance here to bring it down to less than 20.
LJ turns the corner, out to Tuffin, back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez against Wang, they want the ISO. LJ, Hezi, pull up, jumper, up and through.
LJ Gonzalez putting Zach Wang on skates and finishing with a pull-up jumper. LJ Gonzalez.
Gonzalez all over Renzo. Here's Wang. Wang will be fouled by Gonzalez.
Just a little too aggressive there was LJ Gonzalez.
Look at
this move. He wanted the
Hezi
clear out.
cross. Hezi stop on a dime, rise up. I'm telling you, the Olsen camp would be our best investment. Chavio, 17-footer, short. Ball is with Ken Tuffin. Here comes FEU. Kani, eyeball to eyeball with Paraiso. Kani drives right, spins left. Hubert, push off, up fake. LJ, long 3, short. And ball is with Brent Paraiso, and he's in a hurry. To Chavio. Chavio off the spin. The slam. Solomon. C2 fast break of the game.
And just as FEU was threatening to come back, Solomon Chavio on the other end. Again, defense to offense for UST.
Comboy for 3. Back rim. Tuffin gets it, falls on the ground, gets rid of it. Kani open for 3, and that one is through. Down to a 17-point game after that Domino's Pizza. What a delivery play.
In the first half, FEU was struggling to find offense. Here in the second half, though, coming up with big shots from the outside, and the perimeter is FEU.
Watch Brent here, the drop-off. Solomon spin, Solomon slam. There's not a lot of guys who can do that in the UAAP, Mikey.
From a spin move.
In a full sprint. That guy truly is special.
8 of 11 from the field, 21 points in 20 minutes for Solomon.
He has it, puts it on the deck, miss, Chuente. Abando now on the floor for UST.
And FEU has been +9 here in the third quarter.
LJ uses the screen, Comboy, open, corner, 3, too strong. Paraiso taps it over to Nonoy. Nonoy the fake. Nonoy to Chabio. That's 2 more points for Solime. PS Bankable assist to the game from Mark Nonoy. Parang PS Bank personal loan na maaasahan. Apply online, no collateral. We are into the Gatorade hydration checkpoint.
Mark Nonoy, 3 assists in the game. 3 going to Chabio down low.
Kani, quick move, and Kani will be stripped and fouled, much to the disagreement of Brent Paraiso. Watch that little fake. No look. Chabio, too easy. Too easy.
Mandatory timeout.
They got a timeout, 4:43 left here in the 3rd period. Well, the UST faithful have made their trip from España to Cubao as we check out Olsen Racela and his BDO coaches winning ways.
You were talking about the competitiveness on that FEU bench. You see Coach Olsen Racela on your screens, but behind him, Coach Nash, Coach Denok Miranda, Coach Eric Gonzalez, Coach Victor Pablo.
Mark Isip is front row with his baby, but he's also hollering a few things.
Coach Johnny A's.
There's that guy named Johnny Abarrientos who's there. He was pretty good. He wasn't too shabby also when he played. Gani's first free throw is good.
And we'll soon see another Abarrientos enter the FEU Tama.
Well, they're expected to have RJ join the fold next season as Gani makes it a 17-point game.
And even with all the highlight plays that UST has come up with, this is just a 17-point lead. FEU is still +9 here in the 3rd quarter.
Nonoy to Brent. Zach Wang, open, corner, 3. Too strong, but the ball is retrieved and tapped out of bounds by Ken Tuffin.
Once you make that initial stop, you force them to miss. You gotta take care of the defensive rebound. You gotta get that basketball. You gotta finish the possession off to be able to score on the other end, and that's what FEU has failed to do.
Well, Mikey, for as impressive as those Chabio highlights have been, this is a +9 quarter para sa FEU. Lead is down to 17. It was 26 at the half. They can continue this run with a tough at 3, and they do!
And LJ Gonzalez just creating for FEU, attacking the rim, attracting help defenders, and leaving Ken Tuffin wide open from the corner.
14-point game from a high of 26.
And Nico, this is a 19-7 quarter for FEU. Look at that, 5 3-pointers in this quarter alone as to only 3 in the first half.
Nonoy for 3. He walked into that one. They dared him, and he said, bet.
That's a shot I would live with if I were Coach Olsen Rosella, but that's a crazy shot there for Mark Nonoy.
LJ drives against Nonoy, kicks it out. Kani, the answer back. That's up and through.
The FEU just going berserk on the offensive, and 22 third quarter points for the team that was struggling to find points in the first half.
Cancino with it. Cancino to Nonoy. Nonoy another 3. That will not drop. Cancino tracks down the long rebound and gives it away.
Great defense for FEU. Again, a chance for them to cut further into this 14-point lead.
LJ versus Nonoy. Yes, please. And Gonzalez wins this matchup. That's heft. Yamaha Mio #1 move.
And LJ Gonzalez.
That is a weight room move.
He has taken over in this quarter. 4 points and 4 assists for LJ Gonzalez.
Cancino for 3. That will miss. Kani with the rebound.
LJ, 4 points, 4 assists in the third quarter alone.
Wendell head fake. Wendell to Chuente. Pat will miss from point blank.
That would have been big for FEU.
Nonoy versus LJ. ISO. Yes, please. Nonoy picks it up. Dave Ando offers recovery. Nonoy for 3. Off to the left. And ball eventually ends up with Ken Tuffin.
Big box out there for Hubert Kani, not giving CJ Cancino a chance to get that offensive rebound. Here comes LJ Gonzalez again.
LJ versus Mark Nonoy. There's a switch and there's an offensive foul on Pat Chuente. That is clear as day.
That's just the activity of Mark Nonoy. Fighting screens and Pat Chuente just running over Mark Nonoy.
Well, Gonzalez will get a breather here. This one much deserved. So the challenge now is for guys who weren't part of that initial unit of FEU to try and continue the charge. Stockton is first off the pine here in the second half.
LJ, 5 assists in this quarter alone.
It has flowed through him. Sherwin. In and out on the 3. That's dangerous though. Living that life is dangerous. Giving Sherwin Concepcion an open look from 3. Chuente on the roll. Nilipat pa sa kabila. And Pat Chuente gets moistened points in the paint. The FEU crowd, they hold their collective breaths when Pat Chuente chose to go with a dipsy-do and go to the other side of the backboard for that layup.
Ito yung sinasabi natin with UST. Once medyo nanlamig sila, you have to take advantage. And this is what FEU has done in the third quarter.
Chabio left it short. Cancino was blocked on the follow-up. The beg, Mikey. The plea.
It's been a while that UST has only been up by single digits.
Well, as I was saying, the ask, the request from Barkley Ebonia, as shared to us by Maris, guys, ibaba nyo naman kahit single digits lang. When we first heard it, we thought, well, Barkley, you might as well write to Santa Claus because that's pretty big of an ask in one quarter if you're down 26. Well, guess what? FEU said, you want to talk about defying odds? Well, that's what we're built on. They're down 10 with a chance to do just that. Trim it to single digits with under a minute left here in the third period.
26-point quarter for FEU. And they've scored more than they did the whole first half here in just the third quarter alone.
Stockton against Chabio. You're gonna offer the screen. Stockton to Chuente, little jump hook, no go. I would have brought the house down. Cancino almost lost it. Oh, Cancino. Oh, FEU coaching staff wanted to travel. Those carry sixes, they moved a little bit for sure. Subido against Comboy. Senior on senior. Abando. Abando time!
I was going to say that was an important possession for UST because they would want to enter the fourth with enough momentum. And Renz Abando again delivering for the Tigers.
Here's Cani on the cross. Cani fake, Cani turn, Cani jumper. And we've seen Hubert Cani do that since high school.
Entering the second half, we were talking about Hubert Cani, his final year, and trying to make a comeback.
Renzo, no go. Another offensive rebound for Cancino. It's tapped out. It will stay with UST with 1.3 left. The margin is now 11 points thanks to this man, Renz Abando, who hits that three. A timely hit for the Growling Tigers. Subido, corner, three, at the buzzer! The Growling Tigers with two huge triples to end the quarter, as if to say, for everything you're gonna have to throw at us, we got some stuff to throw right back at you. 70-56 entering the fourth quarter. This is do or die basketball, baby.
Point basket's good for Enzo Subido. And the end of three quarters, it's 70-56 for the UST Growling Tigers.
Fourth quarter, now about to get underway. But what a quarter that was, that third period. FEU obviously won the scoring in that quarter, 28-16. That would have been a 28-10 quarter without the two late threes by Abando and Subido. And if you think about it, that other three by Mark Nonoy really doing enough to make this still a double-digit affair for UST, and their lead is up to 14, but Brent Paraiso will travel on that play.
Again, great defense there for FEU, denying the first or the initial option on that play called by Coach Al. Deny a ball will go back to FEU. What a finish to that quarter as we look at the scoring. Every quarter, it's been UST obviously entering halftime, but that third quarter, 28-16 plus 12 for FEU.
For three, another one. I couldn't bring out my Khaled voice fast enough, but that is another one for Ken Tuffin.
And they've found their offense, talking about FEU, and all this without their first half leading scorer, Barkley Iponya. But again, another assist here for LJ Gonzalez. Ken Tuffin, a new from the outside.
On the McDonald's instant replay. That's his third hit from three, if I'm not mistaken. UST will miss. LJ will come down. Gonzalez turning the corner. Stockton out to Tuffin. 13 to shoot. Wendell asking for that high screen. He has Brent on him. Comboy will turn the corner, and that one will go out of bounds. A turnover for FEU.
Picking up the dribble was Wendell Comboy with no clear pass to
Zach
anyone
Wang.
there, so the ball will go back. UST up by 11.
Mikey, yung pupunahin din natin dito. Comboy, Chuente, Tuffin. No rest yet. Ever since the start of that third period, this is the unit that's worked for them.
And I don't think they're going to get any rest here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, and Comboy will dive for it. And he's really badgering and disrupting Brent Paraiso
17 seconds on the shot clock.
on that trip down the floor.
It's your final year. Talking about Wendell Comboy, only 6 points, 2 of 11 from the field, but he will have to help in other facets of the game. And that's one thing. Try to get steals.
They want Zach Wang on Comboy in the post. Wang gets to the middle of the floor. Subido, pump fake, flyby, 3 on the way, no. And Chuente will tap it out of bounds, and it will stay with UST.
Again, this is what we were saying. They need to secure the defensive rebound. Talking about FEU, they need to finish the possession off and get the ball back.
Subido for 3, no go. And finally FEU comes away with it. Here's Comboy against 2, against Chabio, and Wendell draws a foul and will get 2 free throws.
The aggressiveness of Wendell Comboy here being rewarded with 2 free throws against Chabio and Renzo Subido.
Now, you're talking about Wendell. Last game of your UAAP career, if you lose, you're a senior, you're down double digits in the fourth quarter of a do-or-die game. That's a move that only a person in that situation would think of doing, because Chabio, obviously an incredible rim protector. But caution has been thrown out the window here. They didn't even bring it to Araneta with him, talking about these two teams and their graduating players. Comboy will split.
Hubert Carney coming in.
Hubert Canny has been
for
big in
Eden
that
Comboy.
third quarter run. 10 points in that run for FEU. Hubert Canny just coming out with a different kind of aggression, especially in the third quarter.
Well, the last time it was a single-digit affair was 25-16. Brent wide open. No, and Chuente goes up to the top floor to pull that one down.
And here's FEU's first chance to make it a one-digit lead.
LJ Gonzalez downshifted. And I swear I couldn't find him. Canny with a crossover. Canny, oh, what a move by Hubert Canny. And Chuente will complete it. Jollibee 100%, the amazing move of the quarter.
The hesitation move on Hubert Canny. I thought Paraiso was in cement boots.
I didn't know Hubert Canny could do that. Huang, handoff to Brent. Paraiso over to Abando. It's with Subido with 5 to shoot. Now 4, now 3, 2 seconds, 1 second. Abando, air ball. And that will be a shot clock violation. 8-point game, 7:37. Watch this. Cross. Hezi, snatchback, floater, no. And Chuente with a cleanup at the lip of the rim.
What a move there. Hubert Canny just one-on-one against Zach Wang. He knew he had a speed advantage, and another chance here for FEU. Down by 8.
LJ to Tuffin. Another 3. That one off to the left. Subido looking downhill. Subido to Paraiso. Transition triple. Will not drop. Out of bounds. FEU ball.
And UST will continue to live and die on that 3-point shot.
Oh, they will not be phased. I have no idea what else is going to happen here, but I will tell you this for sure. They will not shy away from 3-pointers, will the Growling Tigers.
38 attempts from deep.
Almost a turnover there by Gonzalez, but it will stay with them after it goes through some Growling Tiger claw tips.
And LJ Gonzalez, a point and an assist away from a double-double. Great point guard play here for LJ.
LJ draws Abando. LJ going left. LJ with a hezi. Gonzalez, 1-foot fade, short. Not the best attempt there for LJ, and Gonzalez is down with cramps. Subido to Renz. Abando will leave that one short. Huang blocked by Chuente. LJ Gonzalez all alone on the other side. The cramps have been healed. Now the cramps are back.
Basket counts for LJ
Tumayo bigla
Gonzalez.
si LJ. Nakuha, nakakampi ko yung bola.
If you are wide open,
Pushing foul, number
Mikey, I am
30,
not a
Zach
medical doctor,
That's his
but I will
point.
tell you this. The cure
White.
to the common case of cramps in basketball. It's a wide open opportunity for 2 points.
And Coach Austin Rosella was telling his players to foul because LJ went down with cramps.
Oh, but jokes aside, that is proof to you. You saw, as soon as he planted his foot to jump, Mikey, you saw that left leg of his kind of quiver and shake. And when there's visual, apparent signs of the cramps, that's when you know it's really bad. So the amount of pain that LJ endured, knowing that those opportunities don't come aplenty in a game like this, that just shows you the kind of guy, the kind of warrior that young man is.
And LJ has played 28 minutes out of the 33 here today. And hopefully we see him back because he has been phenomenal. 11 points and 9 assists for LJ.
Homeboy will complete the three-point play for Gonzalez. And it's a two-possession game. 7-0, 6-5 with 6:30 to play. 37-16, the scoring in the second half. Subido short on the three, Chuente offensive rebound, but they call a loose ball foul on Atamaraw.
And again, you gotta secure the defensive rebound. And UST continues to shoot the three ball as we look at this drive by LJ Gonzalez. And you saw how he didn't have much lift on that step back jumper. And LJ is going down with cramps there.
Abando for three. That one off to the left by 3 feet. But let's just say that was a pass to Zach Wang, who completes it.
Right place, right time there for Renzo Subido.
Balik ang lamang sa pito. Comboy against Chabio. Kani for three. Good line, back rim. Abando with a rebound. Here's Mark Nonoy. Nonoy, stop, pop, three, short. And they're gonna whistle a foul on a Tiger. I think that was on the trail down, trying to box out for a rebound.
I don't want to say it anymore, but that was a bad shot by Mark Nonoy. But I don't think there's such a thing with that UST offense.
See, what you consider as a bad shot, Aldin Ayo considers a shot.
A regular 3-point shot. 41 attempts from deep for UST in this game.
Their lead is at 7. They're clearing out for Comboy. Comboy for three, a little off to the left. Here's Chabio on the run, spin move, finish! How smooth is Solomon? Lead goes back up to double digits. No, it stays at 9 rather. Goes back up to 9, 74-65 heading into this timeout. check out Mark Nonoy, the bounce pass to Solimain, the spin, the finish, smooth as silk.
And for a guy that big, just the mobility and the agility of Solimain Chabio to get around defenders. He can go through them, by the way, but he chooses to go around them.
Coach Bo Perasola right now is watching this game and these two guys. And I'm sure he and everyone on his staff is saying, I'm so glad that we secured number 2 because this battle right here at number 3 and number 4, this is an absolute dogfight.
And the winner of this game will only have 3 days to prepare for UP.
Cyrus for 3, off to the left. A chance for UST to once again build a double-digit lead. Joe Chabio on the floor for them. Subido to Huang. Huang to Abando. 7, 6 to shoot. Renz will use a screen. Renz will drive right. We're at the Gatorade hydration checkpoint, and Renz Abando will miss that one. And Dave Anto gets UST another possession. Renzo off the screen. Renzo for 3. No go. And Chuente finally secures it for FEU.
FEU will have to make sure they get a good shot here in this possession.
Here's Kani. Kani, a tough defender on him. Hubert will attack. That one tapped, blocked by Abando, and saved by Abando. Here's Nonoy on the run. Mark Nonoy to the basket. And Mark Nonoy will get 2 free throws.
Mark Nonoy went from the free throw line to the other free throw line in the blink of an eye. And almost a 3-point play opportunity there for Mark Nonoy. But look at the defense of the other rookie on the other end. Renz Abando getting a hand on that shot by Hubert Kani.
Chabio ties his UAAP career high. 25 points today in 27 minutes. 4:22 left to play. All right, Nonoy can give UST another double-digit advantage. Misses the first. Five points, 7 assists for the rookie. And Nonoy sinks the second. Balik sa 10 ang lamang ng UST. Comboy wanted that step back. Tuffin wanted that 3. Here's Stockton inside, drops it off. Chuente overshoots with Chabio right in his grill. Here's Nonoy. And Subido will set the table.
And UST has played great defense these past few possessions, making it tough for the FEU Tamaraws to see the rim.
Subido to Nonoy for 3. Launches that one off to the left.
And FEU needs to give the ball to LJ and let him operate.
We'll see if LJ completely recovered from those cramps. No, those cramps are hitting him again. Gave that ball up. And LJ is back sitting on the floor. He's given everything here, but the referees will have to whistle a halt in the action as LJ Gonzalez cannot proceed.
And this is the last thing you want to see, especially for a guy who has poured his heart out in this game. Again, LJ Gonzalez, 11 points, 9 assists, in almost 28 minutes of action. And just to see him not being able to get up on his own legs, on his own 2 feet, just means, and you know how big a fighter this kid is.
And you know, Mikey, whether it's high-level basketball or whether in your kitchen cooking something, if you start to feel cramps, how you respond to it and how you treat it within the first minute or so really kind of tells the severity of that cramps. And for LJ Gonzalez, he had to get up and make a converted basket when he was suffering cramps the first time. The big reason why it's back here. We got a timeout, 10-point game, 3:31 left.
6.8 seconds on the shot clock.
LJ Gonzalez, the last time we saw him face down on the bench getting stretched out, he was the spark plug, the orchestrator of that big FEU run. Can FEU mount another run? Down 10 with 3:31 left without him. Tuffin to the corner. Wendell, open three. That will be short. Chuente gets it. Comboy, little floater. No. Stockton, one-handed floater won't drop, and it will still stay
14
with
seconds on the shot
FEU
clock.
with 3:23 to play and 14 to shoot.
Even though we still have a lot of basketball to be played, you gotta love the sense of urgency from the FEU Tamaraws on that possession alone. Alex Stockton and Wendell Comboy trying to get the offensive rebound and put back.
Wendell to Hubert. Pat offers a screen. Cani to Comboy. That's a violation on Hubert. Cani. Comboy would have nailed the three, but on the handoff, Hubert bobbled in, was called for a travel.
I was gonna say that UST needs to maybe milk some clock, but that'll go against their game plan, which is to let it fly from the outside. So I don't think they're gonna do that.
Nonoy, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. No giveaways in this game. That's a rookie in his first playoff game. Chabio, long two, back rim, and Chuente controls that one for FEU. They need offense, and they need to start scoring soon. Hubert with it. Cani now to Comboy. Wendell, push off on Abando. Won't work. Here's Tuffin over to Comboy. Play broken down here for FEU as Wendell launches and misses, and Ken Tuffin will be called for a loose ball foul on the offensive rebound.
That's another big call here for FEU. 2 violations, and both shots went in. 1-3 from Comboy, and this one a putback for Ken Tuffin. But you can see this, he pushed off Renz Abando for that offensive rebound.
Alforque will check in. Sorry, and Stockton will head back to the bench.
Still a 10-point advantage for UST with 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this knockout game.
If you're FEU, you can get all the stops you want. You gotta put points back up on the board. Time is not your friend. Subido inside. Subido with a throwaway.
And this is FEU's chance right here.
Cani to Tuffin for 3. Back rim, no, and Paraiso able to track down the long board. Here's Mark Nonoy, pedal to the metal, and Nonoy, offensive foul.
Just a little too fast for his own good there for Mark Nonoy.
I think he saw the FEU defense had its back turned, and just out of pure instinct alone, regardless of time or score, Nonoy just tried to be aggressive with it. I think he caught Tuffin right in the abdomen. Took the air out of Ken Tuffin there. Ken seems like he's fine.
Cyrus Torres coming in for Hubert Cani.
The shooter for FEU, Cyrus Torres. The rookie back on the floor. Cani will sit down. Bienes on the floor for USD. And Chuente will sit down. So they're going really small.
They're calling a dribble drive offense here for Coach Olsen, giving the space for Royce Alforque to operate.
Inside the last 120 of the ball game, PS Bank last 2 minutes. Ang PS Bank padala ang PS Bank pasend via mobile. Ang padala mo cash agad in minutes. Scoreless in the last 5 minutes and counting is FEU. Their defense has been incredible, but have not been able to put points on the board. Subido for 3. And how big has that guy been from three-point country in the clutch this entire season? Senator Joel Villanueva loves it, and so does the rest of the UST faithful. Timeout on the floor, lead up to 13. Oh, it's been slim pickings as far as offensive highlights go in the fourth period, but Lorenzo Subido, he has been clutch from three in this entire season, it seems like.
Big-time players make big-time shots, and Lorenzo Subido, again, no hesitation. I've never seen the guy. I don't think there's a bad shot in this guy's vocabulary.
14 seconds.
And today, 4 of 11 from deep. But like what you said, every time they needed a basket, Lorenzo Subido, even that putback back in the early in the fourth, that was big for UST.
Here's Alforque, turns the corner against Chabio. Homeboy to Tuffin for three, and Ken Tuffin answers back. And Tamaraos still in this.
And they refuse to give up. Talking about FEU, again, finding a good shot there, and Ken Tuffin delivers.
Oh, here's Subido as a rookie in his sights. Vienes closes out. It's out of bounds, and FEU gets a stop.
Great defense there for FEU, blitzing and trying to get the ball out of Lorenzo Subido's hands.
Now you gotta be quick if you're the Tamaraos. You're down by 10, minute and 4 left. No LJ Gonzalez for you. You have to act fast. Alforque to Comboy. Comboy for three. Short. And Sabio will be fouled on the rebound play, and Vienes will be guilty of the infraction.
I think Wendell Comboy is also feeling fatigue here, as that shot was way short. Alex Stockton will come back in for defensive purposes. 56 seconds remaining, 10-point lead still for UST.
We've got a timeout here with 56 seconds left. We'll be back with more. Beat our AXA. No, you can. Player of the game. It is Brent Paraiso, whose early exploits helped build that big 26-point lead that UST had. That at the end of this all might just be what will cause them to win, because FEU with a more than impressive fight back here in the second half.
16 big points for Brent Paraiso. 5 triples, spacing the floor out, especially for someone like Chabio to take control of the paint.
Chabio has Royce Alforque on him, but UST will be patient. Subido, cross, step back, three, no, ball is loose. And Alforque comes away from the heap. Alforque to Cyrus, corner three, that's good! 38 seconds left, 7-point game.
And I think FEU will foul on this possession.
Huang to Paraiso. Brent trying to dribble out of trouble. And Paraiso will travel. They call a travel on Paraiso. And Abando and Stockton are having words.
So FEU didn't foul, but forced a turnover. Ball will go back to FEU.
34 seconds left in a 7-point game. Watch this.
This is a triple team.
And that's the pivot move there by Paraiso. We will not call a timeout, will FEU? I think they're out.
And Coach Austin Rosella calling for a zipper play here.
Bomboy back on the floor. Alforque has it. Over to Torres. Torres, another three. In and out. Puffin on the ground. There's a foul. An unsportsmanlike foul. And they're going to whistle that one on Brent Paraiso. And Abando and Tuffin are getting physical here as Tuffin pushes Abando away from the heap. Oh, it's been heated since the start.
And Brent Paraiso, Alex Stockton also had that.
That seems like it was a lifetime ago when Paraiso went over the railing. But watch that. And that's the elbow by Stockton. And then they call, there's the elbow by Stockton. That's not what was called. The whistle comes here after Paraiso tried to get control of the ball. And Stockton sold the call. I think the referee called it yung referee na nasa likod eh. So I think from his vantage point, it definitely looked like
Stockton selling calls.
Stockton received contact to the head because that's what he held first. But it's interesting here, yung siko ni Stockton, the referees cannot go back regardless of what they see and pin a foul on a completely different infraction. What they can decide on lang right now, was the foul on Brent Paraiso unsportsmanlike or not? Those are the rules, Mike. We don't make the rules. Those are the rules. Regardless of what else they saw as initial contact, there's nothing that they or anyone can do about it.
They can only review the play that was called on the floor. This wasn't seen.
So the referee from behind makes the call. And I think from his viewpoint, just because of the combination of
Elbow swinging.
Paraiso bringing that ball through and over, and Stockton kind of selling that call at the right place at the right time, it looked like Paraiso gave an elbow. Or they're going to call an unsportsmanlike foul.
And whatever you want to say about Alex Stockton's acting jobs or whatever, the timing is perfect.
So they call an unsportsmanlike foul on Stockton on the elbow. So apparently, they consider that within the realm of the same play. So Stockton gets called for an unsportsmanlike foul. Paraiso gets called for an unsportsmanlike foul.
Alex Stockton. Unsportsmanlike foul number 3, Brent Paraiso.
And once again, I have no idea what the Coliseum Barker said.
But I think it's pushed through the unsportsmanlike foul called on Brent Paraiso. The question is, will there be an unsportsmanlike foul called on Alex Stockton?
I think that's what whistled there. So that's why there are no free throw. It eventually evens out. What they're figuring out now is possession. And it will be UST ball.
And they just need to take care of the basketball because FEU will have no choice but to foul down by 7, less than 30 seconds to go.
They need to get it across. And then try their best to take care of it and wait for the foul. But Alden Ayo wants to triple check. He will whistle for his final timeout. And we'll be back after this. There's 28.5 seconds left. There's a 7-point difference between UST and FEU. There's Nash Rosella trying to figure out just exactly what happened in that last call. It doesn't look like Coach Nash received an explanation satisfactory to him.
But I think they were, I could read from what Coach Olsen was saying. They were asking for a foul on Renz Abando because Renz Abando got tangled up with Ken Tuffin after the play.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
Paraiso will trigger in. They give it to Zach Huang. And Huang will be fouled by Alforque. And FEU is over the limit.
Foul number 31,
Zach
Royce
Huang.
Alforque. Penalty. First foul on Royce Alforque.
Is 13 of 24 for the season from 15 feet, 54%. So if I were FEU, with all the players on the floor, I believe Zach Huang is the least or the best choice to put on the free throw line.
Both teams making substitutions situational here. Chuente is here to clear that board. They go small with Nonoy and Subido will UST to chase around and switch on the FEU guards, and Zach Huang will miss the first.
This is a 7-point lead with 26 seconds remaining, and in any other game, this could be a sigurado na to, but with this game right here, anything can go.
Huang will make the second. 8-point game. Substitution. Kani will come in. Chuente will come out. FEU gets it to Alforque. They'll have to hurry. Royce kicks it out. Torres, Kani for three. Hubert will miss. Tuffin gets a hand on it, and Paraiso will be fouled.
That was a good shot though again. Royce Alforque attacking the paint, kicking it out. Extra pass to Hubert Kani. But that's how it has gone for FEU, especially here in the fourth. Gone cold again after that explosion in the third quarter.
Here free throws for Brent Paraiso.
First one up, first one through for Brent.
I think it's safe to say that UST just might advance. This is an 8-point lead with 17 seconds remaining. Another free throw here for Brent Paraiso.
Second one up, second one through for Brent. Stockton will come in. Chuente out. 10-point game, 17 seconds left. Oh, there's a lot of emotion on the floor right now, and a lot of guys have gotten into it in this game. Just gotta hope it ends gentlemanly as Cowboy will airmail that one. And that could be the UST Growling Tigers punching their ticket to the next rung of the stepladder. Subido, Paraiso, and Brent will be out of bounds. It'll be 3.4 seconds left. And this is going to officially, in just a few moments, be the end for this FEU run. And fittingly, Mark Nonoy comes away with a steal. And the Growling Tigers have eliminated the Tamaraos of FEU.
What a win here for the UST Growling Tigers. Just taking control from start to finish. Coach Aldenayo and the rest of the Tigers, I'm sure, is raring to go up against the UP Fighting Maroons.
Mikey, the FEU Tamaraos outscored UST in the second half. They scored more, played better defense in the second half, but it was just that first half deficit just too much for FEU to overcome, as UST still finishes ahead by 10 points, and they book themselves a ticket to the next round, to the next level. And this, unfortunately, is the end for FEU.
Oh, we also got to talk about FEU season again, struggling in the first round, but in that second round, making, big run to enter the Final Four, a 5-2 second round for FEU. But this guy right here and the Growling Tigers have officially eliminated the Tamaraws.
PS Bankable player of the game, PS Bank home loan. Isang araw lang may bahay ka na. 25, 10, 3 assists on 17 shots.
And he hears it from the crowd of UST. And again, the community just deserves this win for UST.
They earned for themselves a right to face the UP Fighting Maroons with a twice-to-beat advantage. The wrinkle in that storyline, Mikey, is only 2 teams have beat UP twice this year. Ateneo, that's waiting in the finals. And guess who? The UST Growling Tigers. And what a matchup that's going to be on Sunday. Dataland Residential's quality win was won by the Growling Tigers. And they, if there's a team that's confident,
oh yeah, for sure.
Even though they have a twice-to-beat disadvantage, it's UST, and it's against the team that they beat twice this year, as we say thank you and we bid farewell to these Tamaraw seniors. Hubert Cani, Wendell Comboy, Barkley Ebonia, and Kimli Baikin. This is the last time they're going to wear that FEU jersey in the UAAP, and it's an emotional day for them, and unfortunately it has to end in a loss.
Tough day for Wendell Comboy offensively, but still, talking about the UST Growling Tigers, it'll be the offense of UST going up against the talent of UP. It's going to be a crazy Sunday. Look at that, advancing to the next level of the step ladder. Although UST will have that twice-to-beat disadvantage against UP, you said it, Nico. They beat UP twice in the elimination round, and I'm sure they all have all the confidence in the world after those 2 wins and this win right here to advance to the next round.
Yung maganda pa dyan, Mikey, not that anyone needs any more exciting for Sunday. The first round matchup, no Kobe Paras. UST gets the win. Second round matchup, no Renzabando, and UST got the win. UST needs 2 wins, and it starts on Sunday. Full roster UP, full roster UST, and we expect a full and rocking arena to welcome that matchup that is sure to be the main event, the main sporting event of the season so far.
I think we can also say it's the peaking UST Growling Tigers going up against the peaking UP Fighting Maroons.
Well, the women's will take the spotlight as well. At 12 noon, the FEU Tamaraws, number 3, they also will have to run the step ladder against the number 4 Adamson Lady Falcons. That is at noon here at Araneta. And officially, in the next round, to earn the right to play Ateneo in the finals, UP will need 1 win, UST will need 2, and game 1 of that affair will tip off at 4 p.m. here at Araneta Coliseum, and of course, live here on SNA at 3:30 in the afternoon. All right, so a mild correction. It is at 3:30 in the afternoon. Set your schedules. Make sure that the family's together early on a Sunday and lunch finishes early and dinner's a little late, because in the middle of it, the Growling Tigers and the Maroons will square off. Also, Nacela and his FEU Tamaraws, they've defied the odds and they made it to the Final Four. But unfortunately for them, that is as far as that truck goes, as the Growling Tigers have clawed and found themselves 1 opponent away from the finals. Oh, it's going to be good on Sunday. For Maris Domingo, for Makayla Chavez, for my partner Mikey Reyes, for our entire team here at ABS-CBN Sports in Action, we thank you guys and we invite you back with us for UP versus UST Sunday at 3:30. This is Season 82 of the UAAP on SNA. Good night.